Big up to everyone. Welcome back to episode number 56 of your favorite, the Monday Night Mudness, the show that we like to call the Mud Brothers Show, where we discuss everything regarding the weekend with all our clubs, with all our people on the panel. Starting off with the worst possible news that a Manchester United fan could get in recent times. Liverpool are champions, Premier League champions, confirmed. They have now matched us finally after 30 years, 20 league titles. They have finally done it. But so that's something that did obviously happen on the weekend. They did absolutely baptize Tottenham Hotspur yet again this season. I think it's like 15 goals against Spurs in all comps this season, which is kind of crazy. But that's what happened in the Spurs game. Obviously, United did play, unfortunately. We played against Bournemouth, and we had a 1-1 draw where that scrub and that parasite Rasmus Højlund was shamelessly celebrating a goal like he won a Champions League or like a 9 out of 10 gal just like hit him up in his DMs or some shit like that. Like that's the way he was celebrating. Then we moved to Arsenal, who obviously their sites, just like us and also Tottenham Hotspur, you can say everything is on Europe. They obviously play Champions League tomorrow against PSG, Champions League semifinal, big game for Arsenal. But they did play on this weekend against Crystal Palace, and which did result in a 2-2 draw. And then last but not least, we did have Chelsea playing against Everton this weekend in their top 4 race or Champions League qualification race, where they did beat Everton through a goal from Nicholas Jackson, his first goal from outside the box. That's what someone told me, so I remember that stat. But yeah, big up to everyone. Of course, before we do get, and I introduce the panelists and stuff like that, make sure you guys are running up the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Check out everybody else's link. All the links are in the description as well. We've got Prime, Eli, all their channels, Mdinero, his music, all his stuff, all the stuff is in the link in the description. So make sure you guys do support them, just like how you support me as well. And without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce the panelists themselves. Starting off with two people, I should say, who did get a win this weekend. Out of all of us, they're actually the only team that did get a win this weekend. We do have to introduce a man like CP and man like Prime are in the building. Chelsea fans, what are we saying, guys? How y'all doing? Everything good?
Sorry, I forgot we're the only ones that won. I was like, we didn't, or so when they drew. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're the only ones that won this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, the race is on for top 5. That's all I'm gonna say. We gotta keep winning.
Yeah, I mean, and Liverpool being champions is good for you guys because hopefully they can play the kids next week. So,
all I'll say is striker, manager, goalkeeper, Chelsea top 5.
Fair enough. But yeah, big up to you guys.
I hate that you're into these NBA memes now. Damn it.
Hey man. Yeah, hey, CP, you don't want to get into that. It's not looking good for your franchise right now at this moment. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, big up to Prime and CP, of course, every single time for joining. Let's also go ahead and introduce Champions League semi-finalists that do play tomorrow. Obviously, they are hosting Paris Saint-Germain at the Emirates. Have to introduce man like Don C and Eli in the building. How you guys doing, man? Everything good? Chilling?
All good, man. Just waiting for this game tomorrow. It is what it is. We're just here for the vibes. Rodri, hope your mom gets better soon. You know what I'm saying? That's more important. Man, them, big up. Cheek, you know you're the man. Prime, you fraud. CP, hey, it is what it is. And my brother Eli.
Why am I a fraud?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can hold up, Prime. You can hold up. Yeah, I agree with you, Donty. I agree with you, Donty. I agree. Hold.
Hey, first and foremost, big up to all my brothers on the panel. Sheik, CP, Don C, Prime. Everybody in the chat, just waiting for the game, just like Don C said, ready for this game.
Champions elect, eh? Champions elect.
Just ready to get this game over with,
Champions elect.
Whatever come, let it come. We'll deal with the ramifications afterwards.
I think you might as well just start laying like the foundation for that statue of Arteta that you're gonna build outside.
I don't like the way Eli's behaving.
Lay that little foundation. Just lay that foundation. You can start shopping for the supplies. That's what I'm saying. You can go.
Do you know what? Yeah, I don't know which donut you're trying to glaze. Yeah, that's it, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look,
we ain't food out here like that family.
Listen,
I don't like
I'm
this.
saying, I'm just saying you don't have to go and you don't have to make the blueprint yet. You can just start searching for the supplies. Like go on a quick Home Depot thing and just start looking.
No, I got you. So I literally Googled Michael's and the city that you're in, Eli. There's about 3 of them. I can send you the URL if you want. The link for Michael's. Get that statue ready. You know?
Right, CP, just concentrate on getting fit, right? Just concentrate on getting fit and not being shamed by being knocked out of conference league. You know what I'm saying? Leave the big boys to big boys things. You get what I'm saying, bro?
I don't. Yeah, that's why. That's no. One sec, Prime.
Go on, Prime.
No. All I want to say is I agree. No, Don C is saying let the big boys handle the big boy thing. So I'm talking about how the big boys here. Pause. Arsenal, you're gonna win the champs. You know what I'm saying? So get ready for the statue. That's all I'm saying. I'm helping you guys out.
No, it's not even get ready for the statue. It's just like you want to talk about big boys. Hey, yo, crazy. It's just Tony or Donsti.
Yo.
But as big clubs, I've won the Champions League. CP, Sheik, as big clubs. Since we're on the top row, let me speak to you guys who haven't won it before. Act like you've been here before, bro. It's just PSG.
No, Prime,
they're not
Prime.
good.
As Prime, as Igal said, it's about global impact. You know what I'm saying?
Global impact. Oh, wait. Hold on.
This is the PSG that beat the best team in England this season. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. CP, you said global impact. CP said global impact.
Like, we ain't won the Champions League before. It's what it is. We know this. You tell us in every fucking week.
Hey, my guy Spooby as well.
CP said, hold on. CP said something important.
Yeah.
CP, you said global impact, right?
As Igal said.
You know what? Hold on. Global impact. So does that mean that Arsenal winning the Champions League will bring their global impact into being a big club? Is that what I mean?
No. I don't know. Even though that Liverpool won the league, we're still getting traction. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's still a big club. It is where it is from. Yeah.
Actually,
you might get to know.
No, I'll be real, Dante.
I'll be real,
Dante. The real traction.
10 years ago, they were top of the tree. This year, guess what? They're the bottom of the tree. Is where it is. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be real. The real traction this weekend.
You see my brother right here. We're not gonna let none of you live this.
Yeah, we know. Just win it. The real traction this weekend, actually, you're right. It's not Liverpool winning the league, and it's also not Arsenal. Being in your semi-final, pray for PSG, all of that. I saw your dinner you had on Sunday, by the way, yesterday. Nice dinner. The Last Supper before PSG. Sheik wants to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this, but
yeah, we are going to talk about. Before I do get to that, though, I do want to mention shout out to Rodriguez Goated, of course. You don't even have to do this, but the fact that you are doing this is obviously means a lot. But big up to you. Obviously, my thoughts, the rest of the panel, all our thoughts are with your mom, and she's going to be okay. So big up to you, man. Hopefully, she gets a speedy recovery every single time. Obviously, have to take care of the people before we do get into all this type of stuff because Emily is first. But big up to you. What Prime is referring to, in which that this is what we are going to start off this stream with. And I'm sorry, but listen, it's not my fault. I wanted to start off this conversation just real quick. It's just gonna be a couple of minutes before we get into the football, of course, because this is something that I've been seeing online, and I wanted to know my panelists and their thoughts on it. I also want to know the chat and your guys' thoughts on it as well. There was a thread on Twitter.
Oh, here we go.
Which was stating that if 100 people faced off against one gorilla, who do you guys think would win? So let's just quickly just deep dive into this real quick. Spoobs, we're going to start off with you. 100 people.
Where's this coming from?
100 people versus one gorilla.
Why?
What are we saying?
It has to be 100 people, right? It has to be.
I agree.
One gorilla, I can't do shit when you've got 100 people running. Nah, it's the 100 people. Fuck this animal shit. 100 people would fuck a gorilla up every day.
Hey, okay.
100 people, fuck that.
We'll just take that back.
People, man.
Fuck that animal
5
shit.
people.
Just pretend he didn't say that. But yeah. Hey, listen. All I'm saying is a gorilla, kind of crazy. Like,
are we talking about silverback gorilla?
Let's just say it's a silverback. Let's say it's a silverback.
Yeah, it's 100 people. We're good.
I ain't fucking around with that shit.
Yo, listen, I am fucking around too. I'm
Hold
telling
on,
you.
we went from a normal gorilla to the hulks of gorillas.
Or just a silverback. We'll just
It's
say
fine,
it's a
it's fine,
silverback.
it's
Yeah, the hulks of gorillas, bro.
All I'm saying is, first 20 people are getting folded expeditiously, like by that gorilla. Expeditiously. They're all gonna try to grab him. They're all gonna try to do all that. That gorilla's just gonna be scrambling about. And like someone mentioned it on Hassam's channel too. Oh, what if it's like 100 UFC fighters? I'm telling you, one kick to that gorilla ain't doing shit. Ain't doing shit to that gorilla. It's like a punching bag. Think of it as like a punching bag that punches back. It's a punching bag that's gonna punch back.
Have you seen that gorilla shaved, bro? Have you seen those gorillas shaved? Them thing, they have hench blood. They, like, if they beat your arm, they'll break right through, bro. Them even happy slapping your face, man. They're taking your neck off your shoulders, bro. I go gym, bro. Yeah, I go gym. I go hard in gym, yeah. And I wouldn't even stand 10 seconds against a gorilla. I pass. You know what I'm saying? Let Liverpool do that. They got so much chest right now. Let them man do that.
Hey, fuck 100 people. Us mud brews against a gorilla. Let's do it, lads. We can take it.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
I think it's Spooby.
I'll throw you in there first, mate.
Yeah,
like,
you exactly. I agree.
Hey, Spooby, that sounds like you volunteering to be part of the Vanguard.
No. I'll hit the
mic.
Listen. Real quick, let's do a vote. Since Spoobs is the one who did say that it's us mud brothers against his gorilla, I will vote that Spoobs goes first. That's what I'm.
Yeah, no, I volunteer.
I volunteer. Since you brought it up, Spoobs, you're going first.
I volunteer as tribute. Yeah,
nice when your voice is
sorry, Spoobs. It is what it is. Listen, I'm sorry, man. Plus, honestly, at this moment, like, would I rather go through another United watch along or be part of those 100 people who are going to fight a gorilla? I'm probably going to be part of those 100 people who are going to fight a gorilla. Because then it's like I don't have to see this season end the way that it does. My misery is over.
But you tell me you get to miss out on RH9? Like, is that what you're telling me? Like, you're gonna miss out on that? Come on, man. That's happened. Yeah, man. All right, shit. Rasmus Hoyland, man. Let's go. RH9.
You're missing out on RH9. You're not missing
out.
No, right. No, RH9, man.
R9, bro. His name's R9.
Yeah, no, the Rasmus Hoyland 9, man.
Let's go, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. On the
day
I
respect R9 too much.
On the day that Carlo Ancelotti got announced as Brazil manager, you guys were saying,
dude, I cried tears of joy.
How shameful can you be? On the day that Carlo Ancelotti has been appointed as Brazil manager, we're talking about Rasmus Hoyland being R9. The game's gone.
What do you mean?
The game's absolutely gone.
Sheik, last World Cup, people called Richarlison R9 because of a freaking scissor kick. Yes, the standards have dropped. In football, we've seen it.
The game was gone.
So yes, we.
The game was gone. But anyways,
100 people.
I think the silverback gorilla. I think he got a chance. I'm just saying that. That's my opinion. I think first 30, 40 people are going to get folded expeditiously. The rest, like 60 or half of them, are probably just going to leave being traumatized from what happened to the first 40. So that's what I will just say to that.
And mate, I'll be that guy. You see the Royal Rumble? I'm that last guy to enter the ring. Yeah. I'll stand there with my phone. I'll be the new prime. And then I'll be taking a video of everybody. Is what I'm saying. I won't even take participation. You see how quick I'll leave that gorilla? Because I mind my own business. It's as quick as you left Flawless' stream when it was Man United in the Europa League, bro.
Exactly what you're talking about. The ball went out of play. Oh my goodness.
Mud Brothers, 100 men. No one. You're not beating a gorilla. You know how difficult it is to coordinate 100 men.
That's what I'm saying. Think about it this way too. 100 men cannot all punch and damage the gorilla at one time. It's like impossible. It's going to be like
who says you
be like a
with
horde
your
of
hands though.
Bro, like
we've you know how hard it is before.
Yeah, so Eli, I did say this. If it's armed, the gorilla stands no chance. If it's armed, for sure. Even with sticks. Or like the fact that you're even able to throw stones at him. The gorilla.
Yeah, but like
but if it's even unarmed, I think the silverback gorilla got a chance. I think
also you gotta understand the fact that humans are cunning creatures. Who's to say that they're all gonna fight one by one? Who's to say that they're not gonna create traps or tire him out? As soon as that gorilla gets tired, it's over.
But Eli, well, all due respect to you, you're thinking too logical. Human beings are not logical, bro. We're talking about the average human being. Like, let's just be real.
Just remember, there's going to be about 20.
Well, I mean, hold on. We're talking about two different. We talking about two different generations. Then we talking about pre-2000. We talking about post-2000.
Humans are humans, bro.
No. We talking about post 2000. No, them niggas
We'll
getting
say
folded.
just for the argument, we'll say post 2000. Just for
They
the-
get
Prime.
Oh yeah, post 2000 they getting folded. They scared.
Yeah,
No,
post
I'm not-
2000.
no,
That's
no,
what I'm saying.
no.
This
They're
generation getting folded.
Bro, they're
Like,
gonna
getting-
No, we're
Bro,
not. We're not because you're thinking
Like
of
if someone, if
Bro.
someone told me 100 military like
Yeah,
Navy
no,
SEAls,
that's
they're
different.
cooking the
Bro,
gorilla. Like
Bro,
they're
we're talking about
survival
trained. We're talking about
Nah,
we're talking about normal humans, bro. Normal.
Yeah,
humans.
no, prime. I can give an example of normal humans because there's a lot of countries that require mandatory military service, like the citizens of Singapore or any male under the age of 35 in Korea. They literally have to do 2 years of armed services. They're still regular people. They go
True,
back
I
to
agree.
regular life after 2 years.
Well,
So I'm just gonna get one of those countries, get 100 of those because there's
Yeah,
still
no,
parts
but
of
you
the team.
can't. I don't think you can't pick the country.
100 of those.
Yeah, dude.
That's
No, prime. The entire male population of Korea does military service for 2 years.
I
can literally choose
know
any
that,
Korean male.
bro. I know that. It also happens in Nigeria. However, we can't
Exactly.
pick the country. We can't pick the country.
What do you mean? It didn't ask me that I can't. It's that 100 people.
didn't ask
I
you
can
that you
decide which
can.
country.
But it also didn't say
I
that we're
can
allowed
choose
to.
the parameters.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
it also
so I'm
You
getting
can
my
bring
rule.
up parameters,
but
but it's just
by
straight up
that
like
same
100
logic, it also didn't say that we're not allowed weapons.
Yeah, it's true. That's up
So
for
it's a
interpretation.
very
That's
open-
up for
it's a
yeah.
very
It is
open-
very
Do you know
open.
why I don't trust it?
Right.
Because can you
If
imagine
we-
100 normal people?
Everybody
Yeah.
can come up with their own interpretations. That's
Like,
the reason
if-
why it's blowing up on Twitter, because everybody has their own interpretations of how this could happen or different scenarios and stuff. Like, it's a never-ending conversation, which is why it's blowing up on Twitter.
Kind of like Hoyland's movement in the box. I get you.
Anyways,
That
back to the
interpretation,
football. Let's get back to the football. And the first thing that we are going to discuss.
Wait,
Um,
are you sure you want to go back to the football? 'Cause we're gonna
Yeah,
talk
No,
about
I'm
Man
sure.
United.
I'm sure. I'm definitely
we'll go
sure.
back to
though.
We're talking about Man United, so are you sure?
I mean, I wasn't gonna say that we're gonna start off with Man United, but we'll talk about.
Mm.
Yeah, we can start off with Arsenal and their
No, man, we
Champions
might as well
League
start with
final.
Man United. Hoyland scored the goal. Hoyland scored the goal
Let's talk about it.
to draw you into that game. Yeah?
Yeah.
You're RH9. No, you're
R9
One
scored,
shot,
bro.
one goal.
bro. Yeah? The person
Hey,
that
I'm
was
glad I
better
started.
than
See how celebrations got the crowd going? He
I'm
was
telling you,
hyped,
bro.
boy. He was hyped.
Do you know what? Yeah,
Hey,
he
I
celebrated
ain't saying
so hard. He forgot that he scored.
So all of you guys
doesn't his celebration warrant the R9 logo? Like that, the celebration's pretty hard. Like the whole gladiator vibe. I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely
and
crazy.
all you guys criticizing Amarim for playing a strong team. This is why your striker scored. He goes into confidence against Bilbao.
I'm telling you,
Called
man,
him a
like,
madman.
us, man, we haven't got a striker, so we're in envy that you have a striker that can score. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah, you're
yeah,
R9.
that's true.
You're high. What's his name? Harlan Part 2, bruv. Yeah, this is what you.
Did you see the box movement?
Those
That box
moments.
movement.
Instead of taking the ball at the back of the net, yeah, like a normal person,
Okay.
he celebrates like it's
I'm
a
tired of
fucking
this. You know
goal,
what? I'm
bruv.
fucking
You know what Ireland is,
Don't
man?
see.
Big enough.
Don't
Give
see
me
that
1
box
second. I'll be right back.
movement. Don't see that box movement. No, let me help you. Since he's gone, we can continue this bullshit. Don't see that box movement. You see that box movement? That was R9-esque, man. You see the box
Bro, I'm
movement to
telling
get the ball. See, you don't say Spooby. Come on, man. Believe.
I'm back. Let me just kill this conversation dead. Dante, I remember every single one who is saying something right now. Dante, we're gonna start off with you. Would you have Hoyland in your team right now?
Hell no.
Exactly. Prime, would you take Hoyland over Jackson?
No, ask me the question you asked on C.
No, I'm not gonna ask him the same question. I'm gonna refer to
No,
your
ask me.
Would
No, you asked me the same. You asked me the
my
exact
question-
same question. Ask
My-
me the exact same question. Ask me the exact same question you asked on C.
Would you take Hoyland at your club? That's what I asked him.
I take Hoyland at Shamrock Rovers. Yes.
At Chelsea?
At Shamrock Rovers. Yes.
So, is this a panel of Arsenal, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, Shamrock Rovers, Spurs?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, technically. Remember when we roasted him for being
Because
Shamrock?
when Chelsea beat Shamrock Rovers, I got cooked on here. So yes, it is.
Yeah, that's true. He's the one
I
who can
think
get away
my
with
Shamrock Rovers,
it. Actually, he is the one who we cooked him for that.
Okay, CP, I'm gonna go to you. Jackson, would you take Hoyland over Jackson?
Name a Canadian team, bro.
Would you take
We'll
Hoyland
do the
over
deep dive
Jackson
like
at Chelsea Football Club? That is the question. Would you take Hoyland over
No,
Jackson?
ask me this once again. The same question. I would take him at
Why?
White Cap.
Why are you telling me what question to ask? What type of foolishness is this?
No,
What type of foolishness is ask me a better question? What? How are you gonna ask? How are you gonna be like? Are you gonna tell me to ask what question?
No, I'm asking the same. No, ask the same question. I said ask the same question to Prime. I would take him at Vancouver Whitecaps. I agree. Yeah, I would take him at
Facts,
my
yeah.
club, Vancouver Whitecaps. That's
Would
fine.
you take him at
As a bench
Chelsea?
player,
Fine.
as
Okay,
a
you
bench option.
answered.
As a bench
Okay,
option in the
okay.
Whitecaps.
Let's start the segment
Yeah.
one more time. Don C, would you take Hoyland at your Premier League football club?
I'll take it for the women's team.
We got his answer. Prime, would you take Hoyland at your Premier League football club?
I would take Hoyland at my football club that plays in Europe.
That's not the
Yes, I
question.
would. I
It's
think,
Premier
yeah.
League. I asked you Premier League. You're not
Premier
answering the question. I asked you Premier League. Would you take Hoyland at your Premier League club? We already
would
went
take
past
Hoy-
the
I would-
other
I-
club. We already went
yes,
past that.
yes,
You
You
I would
already
take
said you
Hoyland.
did. You already
Yes,
said
I
you
would.
did.
Listen, yes, I would take Hoyland at my league club. Yes.
At Chelsea.
Okay.
Your Premier League club. I said
wait,
Premier League club.
wait,
No, but
League.
Shamrock Rovers is my
Let me
club.
answer
Everyone
first.
knows.
Let me answer
That's not the
first. Hold on,
question.
hold on.
That's not the question, though. We know it's your club, and you already answered
me-
as well
let
whether
me
you
answer
would
it
take
for
him
you.
at Shamrock Rovers or not.
I'll
Would
answer
you
it for
take
you.
Hoyland at your Premier League club?
But
Not one
Hoyland
time
can
you
play.
did. One
Hoyland
time
can play for two clubs, bro. It's either Shamrock Rovers or Chelsea. And I
you
pick
did. Would
Chelsea.
you take him
I
at
pick
your
Shamrock
Premier
Rovers.
League club?
Big up,
I would
Osam.
take.
Oh, big up
I
Don.
pick Shamrock Rovers, bro.
Big
I
up
pick
Don.
Shamrock Rovers.
And also Donty.
All right, we're just gonna move past it. Eli,
I'll say Cheek. I'll say Cheek.
are
I
you?
would-
Are
I-
you? Or are you gonna be on this
no,
like
no,
foolishness?
no, no, no.
Oh,
I'm
think about my Vancouver club.
I'm good. No. I'm not saying gonna say the Vancouver club. Watch what I'm gonna say.
All right, let's
I
hear it.
will take Hoyland at my Premier League 2 side. Yes, that is correct. I will take him on my Premier League. You said Premier League?
Y'all are a bunch of
You
kids.
didn't say which one? You didn't say which one?
Okay, Eli, since I know you're the actual like sensical person on this panel, would you take him at Arsenal?
Just laugh.
Yeah, congrats on the
Harvey Elliott from Wish is hilarious.
Was that me? Am I Harvey Elliott?
Yes, you are.
Why am I Harvey
Yeah,
Elliott?
hold that.
Why am I Harvey Elliott?
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes.
Hey, Don, since
Don-
Hassan's here in the chat,
Don
do you want to
Hassan,
say congratulations to him for winning the
Oh,
Premier
man.
League title?
Yeah, I want to say congratulations
Congrats.
to Don Sam. You know what I'm saying? You man's did it. Like you man's Man United stuff. You know what I'm saying? You knocked them off the top perch. We're happy to see you lot win it. If we can't win it, at least you lot win it. Because guess what? Those wankers ain't winning it. Yeah. You see the ginger one and the one right above him. Yeah. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy where you lot are. Yeah. So you lot have to bow down because we're all shitting on you right now. You see where you are. You're on the same level as that shithole they call Tottenham. Yeah. So big up Man United and made it last.
I also would like to big up Don Hussam and their club for winning it. Just want to say that another name you can call him is Carl from Jimmy Neutron. So if you just want to, you can do that. That's another name you can call him. If you know, you know.
Man calls him that. Shout out to Man. She calls him Carl. That's absolutely insane.
Crazy work. That's crazy work.
I was saying he last
Sam, I told him about it before we went live. I literally told him about what he was arguing about before we went live.
Yeah,
it was absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I just asked everyone. Prime and CP couldn't even give me a straight answer. That just tells
I
you
gave
all
you
that.
an answer. You didn't accept my answer.
You didn't answer my question. You didn't answer.
your question.
No, when I asked you, would you take him at Chelsea? You didn't answer the question.
You said, would I take him at my club? I said yes.
Okay, I'm asking you right now. Would you take him at Chelsea? That's the question.
I wouldn't. No, I
Would I
wouldn't.
take? Would I
Exactly.
take him
CP
at
said it.
Chelsea?
Would you take Rasmus Højlund at Chelsea?
Do you want my answer or CP's answer?
Who am I asking?
Well, I'm trying to
Why
answer.
can't you just answer
Would
it?
I-
Yeah,
would
why
I
can't you
take
just
him-
answer it?
I'm
Why
trying
can't
to
you just answer it?
Trying to answer. Would I take him at my football club? Yes, I would.
I didn't. That's again not the question. You're not
Okay,
listening.
Prime,
Would you take him
turning
at
into the Artful
Chelsea?
Dodger, my friend.
Yeah, Ben.
Prime. I want to roast Man United more than this, so let's move on from Hornet. I have a lot of shit to say to Spooby.
Alright, cool.
Since
Let's
he's
go
not
on,
here in
go
person
on, go on,
after 2
go
weeks.
on,
I
go
have
on.
shit to say. Don't worry. I've
Go
been
on,
waiting
go
for
on.
this.
Floor's
Spooby.
yours.
I've been
Floor's
waiting.
yours. Go on.
Sheik,
Wait,
I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. Sam said Wendy's.
Yeah, you know Wendy's lose the
No,
ginger.
Wendy's, yeah.
Oh.
Wendy's.
That's crazy work. That is crazy work.
Hey, Spooby, what do you do to people that make them hate you?
I don't know. I haven't even been on the show in like a week or 2 weeks. I don't know.
We all
Yes.
know.
Listen, I don't do anything, okay?
You're-
I just
you're
sit in the
like
chat.
What Hussam is talking about, by the way. This is what he said.
Bro, you're like the Mud Brothers version of
Ryan.
He just
What's
missing
his,
the
no,
big
not
time.
Ryan.
Is that
What's his
Ryan?
name?
That's disrespectful. Come on.
No, that's
Who's the Man
disrespectful.
City fan? The Man
Spooby,
City fan.
Spooby's not Ryan. He's definitely not Ryan.
The Man
Spooby would
City
never
fan.
say 16 out of 10 to anyone. That's
Wait,
crazy.
No, who's
Uh,
the City fan? The City fan.
Which one?
Vader.
Hamza? Here?
Hamza. You're like
Hamza.
the Mud Brothers Hamza, bro.
Yeah, but
Okay.
what have I said?
I don't know.
And by the way, I'm not going to sit here and congratulate Liverpool. Okay,
Yeah,
why would I ever do
He the
that?
bigger man.
Hey,
He the
hey,
bigger man.
I'll congratulate for you. Hey,
God,
Hassan,
nah,
once again,
scumbag.
congratulations,
Hey,
brother.
I
I know
Congratulations, man.
it's
I
not.
did.
I know it's not
congratulated
Don
him.
T
Shit,
saying
man.
be the bigger
What
man.
were we
Because
gonna
if
do?
Spurs win Europa, you won't say it.
So it's not about me, is it?
Yeah, double
It's not about
standards,
me, right?
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We have to cross that bridge
yeah.
when it comes. Yeah, and hopefully before then I'll burn that bridge down, so we never cross it. It's
So
what it is.
when listen, I'll have this clip. So if Spurs win it, we'll be back here and you'll have to congratulate them.
Yeah, but then there's going to be an insult afterwards. It is what it is because I'm who I am.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's
That's
true,
fair.
it's true, you
That's
are.
fair. Yeah.
You're not going to congratulate Spurs, no way.
No, I think Dante would. He's a nice guy. He
Hey,
would. He's a
Hey,
nice
Spurs
guy.
win
Nice
Europa.
guy.
Yeah.
Hey, Spurs
Yeah.
win. Spurs win Europa and Arsenal win Champions League. Hey, that vein on Doncey's forehead is just gonna explode.
You know already. Like I said, man, regardless of whatever happens, I still want Arteta. So it is what it is.
Arteta out for real,
Yeah.
man. Out. Arteta out. But yeah, we'll start off with Man United since the panelists did say that they wanted to start off with Man United. But yeah, we drew to Bournemouth 1-1. Semenyo obviously scoring the goal. Rasmus Højlund getting that absolute shameless of a celebration at the end. Like it actually pissed me off so much. And then he went online on Instagram to write some other shit as well. But yeah, I mean, we didn't even have a United section on A-listers because Hassam said it himself. What more is there to talk about with us? We're just
there's a
looking
lot
to
more to
Bilbao.
talk about.
I've been
I
saying
agree.
this, Bilbao,
Just like kicking
Falcao.
us-
A lot
it's just
more.
like
There's
kicking
a
the
no. There's a
dogs
lot
down,
more to
man.
I
talk
agree.
about.
Let's skip this.
A lot
section.
more to talk about. When Chelsea were 12th, we spoke about every living second of that season. People telling me it could never be Man United. We're too much of a big club. You're 15th. Let's speak on it, bro. Speak on it.
That's crazy. Y'all just see Mdinero's message. He said, "My bad, I'm at Ballers League." He just met Marcel from Saeed's channel. He just wrote that in the group chat.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Shout out to Mdinero every single time. Shout
Big
out
up
to
Mdinero.
Mdinero.
Yeah, big up Mdinero, man.
Big
Run
up
to your
Mdinero.
team.
Hopefully, he's having a good time there. But yeah,
Why?
Yeah, see, that's nice guy. Yeah, right.
that's what I'm saying. Like, do we really have to talk about Man United? Like, you guys are just
Yeah.
having a
No,
jolly
no,
time.
no, no, no,
You guys are having a great
Yeah, I
jolly
agree. Yes,
That's what I'm saying,
I know.
Spooks. Yo,
No, no,
like
fine,
little jabs of like
fine.
Spurs
Yeah.
here and there.
Isn't the
Like,
argument? No,
you
isn't the
fine.
argument? Isn't the argument that United are irrelevant?
no,
Right?
no.
We're irrelevant. No, you're right.
I
We're
remember 2
irrelevant.
months ago when Arsenal lost, yeah, and then I
Jake,
lost my
there's one
fucking shit.
person.
And then both of you was asking me questions after questions, and I was pissed off. But yeah, I still answered it, yeah. So you lot ain't going nowhere, yeah. First and foremost,
Hey,
how does it feel to be in 15th?
but
Shit.
it's like this though. It's like, look, when we started, obviously when the season turned out to be the way that it was, you men already shot us. You killed us. Now it's like you come every week to just shoot us a couple
Yeah,
more
you're-
times.
yeah,
We're already
checking out
dead.
dead
The
bodies.
thing
You're
is, like,
not
we're
dead.
already
You're
dead.
not dead.
We
Bro,
are
I
dead.
hate
You've already shot us like
United fans
you've
speak.
already shot us like
You're not
15
dead.
times.
You're not
We're
dead.
dead, bro.
We're already
only
dead.
thing- the
Yo,
only thing
this is
I'ma
the
ask-
problem. Is
the
that you
only
guys
thing
think
I'ma
we're not
ask.
dead? Yo, we're
Are
dead.
in
Like,
All right,
a
here's my only
European
question for y'all.
semi-final. You're not dead. You're not dead.
we are dead.
You're just
Europa
slightly
League or bust,
injured.
right?
What's up? Go
Europa
on.
League or bust, right?
Europa League
Oh,
or
yeah.
bust? Yeah, Europa League or bust.
So if Amram doesn't win the Europa League, you want him sacked?
No,
No.
not me. No.
No. Yeah, what happened to
Okay,
the
so-
No, wait, no, hold on. That's not the definition of Europa League or bust then.
Yeah, it's
Well,
fine.
Europa
That's
League
not
or
what
bust
it
for
means.
like this season.
That's an our
Yeah,
season.
like for this season, in terms of our season, not for Ruben Amorim.
So you don't think with based off of the results, you don't think that he deserves a sacking after being 4 points off of fourth?
I think what he's done is obviously very, very bad, and how he's performed with these players is obviously very, very terrible, considering the fact that we all thought he would be a better manager. However, not all of the problems that we have, solely the problems that we have at the club is the manager. It's
Yes,
our
it is.
it's our
Yes, it
no
is,
no no.
because
It's
The
it's our
players,
squad.
the players that
This
he's
is not a
playing
squad that he
are not
built.
performing.
This is
And
not a
he's not
squad
on.
that he built. This is not a squad that was
Excuse
like
me.
that was not
So-
massively
excuse me?
invested by him.
So
Excuse me.
with David
Tuchel took
Moyes,
over. Glasner
with the
took
team
over.
that he went
Moyes
to.
took over. Emery took over.
Mhm.
What? I've named you 5 managers that took over midway through the season at later stages in the season than freaking late October that did better. I'm talking about Tuchel. I'm talking about Moyes. I'm talking about Emery. I'm talking about Glasner. I just named you 4 managers.
The Wolves
in different
manager,
situations.
the new
Look at
Wolves
Wolves.
manager.
Wolves were 13 points behind them when they got a
Thank
new
you.
manager.
Thank
Wolves
you.
were 13 points behind you, man. Yeah.
Oh, I
Look
hear
at where
it.
they are.
Bro,
Trust me,
when
I
it's
do
this
hear it.
bad, when it's this
Trust me, I do
bad,
hear. I have criticized him for things like lineups,
Oh.
but then when you have 2 players, like specifically attackers at the club, who are scoring 2 goals or 3
don't
goals.
care.
Whose
Let me
fault is it,
finish.
though?
No, let me finish. Let me
Who's
finish.
playing them?
Let me finish, because if you had players at your club who were scoring 3 to 4 goals in every 30 to 40 games, we'd be hearing Chelsea civil wars, Arsenal civil wars, left and
We
right.
had them. It's called
Don't
Timo
even tell
Werner.
me.
No, we had.
Don't
we
even
had
tell
them.
me that it's
I have
acceptable
information now.
for
had that.
us to have players like this at our club. That's the point that I'm making to.
It's not
that I'm trying to make.
acceptable.
That's the point
But,
that I'm trying to make. So my blame is more so on the fact that why is it that we were letting go of attackers this January and we only brought in 1 left wing back?
I
It's not on the
agree.
manager.
CP,
So
hold
that's what I'm
on,
saying.
hold
It's
on.
not entirely
hold
on the
on.
manager. It's not entirely on the
CP.
manager.
You remember 2 years
have
ago
a
when we were 12th, right? Remember we couldn't
I
score
remember
goals?
this.
But do
Yeah,
you remember
No,
under
no,
Potter?
1 second. Don't
Hold-
try to
hold on,
counter. No,
hold
no,
on.
don't counter our argument with your situation before. Talk about Manchester United currently.
Talk
Talk about our team right now currently.
Let me land, because it is going to be a comparison. Remember under Potter, right? We couldn't score goals because even though
Who was
again
our
I rate our highly, but we had Havertz, Mount, Werner, all them, man, right?
Yeah,
But at
very
least-
similar, right?
At least we were still solid defensively. We had a structure.
Thank you.
We had a shape. We had patterns. You
Without
could see
Rudiger, there was no
You could
Rudiger.
see it.
There was Mendy was falling off.
We had Koulibaly, who was dusted. Mendy gone. No Kante injured. Jorginho playing on
No
one
Rudiger,
leg in
no
midfield.
Christensen.
And we still had a structure and a shape. I get what Amram's trying to do, but like it shouldn't be this bad, where it's a made. Because when it was Arsenal with Arteta, we didn't hear the excuses Arsenal fans gave of
That's the
Arteta
thing.
needs a new
This is what I'm
squad.
saying. Respectfully, we are not Chelsea. Respectfully, we are not Arsenal.
Okay,
so I'm not
but-
going to make
yeah, but-
these comparisons.
Yes,
with
I
different
know
clubs
you're
of what
not.
they
You're
did
bigger. You're
at
bigger
that
than us.
time and whatever.
You're
Yeah,
bigger than
I
our
hear
club.
that.
You're
But
bigger
do
than
better.
our club,
But do
and you're
better.
doing
If you're
worse
bigger,
than
then
our
do
club.
better.
You're
Thank
doing
you.
worse than what we did, and you're bigger than us.
Exactly.
Oh, and I get that, and that's why I'm saying it's not solely on the manager. It's the recruitment,
I
the amount of
agree
money
it's
that
not-
we've spent on
That's
all
not
those
good
type of
enough
things.
excuse.
So
That's
why
not good enough
will I
excuse.
be manager out when
Bro,
he's just stepped
I'm
in?
not saying
why?
Why will I say
why
why will I be
I don't
manager
think-
out?
I-
One sec,
okay,
let me
I
land.
don't
Let me
think-
land.
Yeah.
Why would I be manager out when he stepped into a house that was already burning?
I
Would I
agree.
be? Would we not have to look at the house and why it actually started burning, rather than
agree.
looking at the person who just stepped in? Now, I have criticized him. I've criticized him for the fact that you can see to a certain extent, I can see to a certain extent why this house is burning. The manager, however, also has said it from time to time that this house is burning for a specific reason. What he does, though, is he goes with that reason. He goes with that week in, week out, which I've said on this show, on numerous other shows, is a problem. The lineups that he picks, consistently picking these trash ass players left and right, when we know that our Premier League season is not going anywhere, it's one of those type of things where I have criticized him for that, and I'm kind of like, it does worry me going into next season. But I can't sit here and say that everything is solely blamed on him and he deserves.
I didn't say it's all on him. That's where you're being defensive.
Mm-hmm.
But how again, we know the problems with Man United. We know everything. That's fine. However, you brought him in to at least, if not make you vastly better, to at least make you stable, and you are massively regressing. That's the problem. Because when it was Arteta, we didn't hear the excuses, bro. We didn't hear that he needs his own squad, that he needs all this money to spend to improve. We didn't hear it, bro. We didn't hear it at all. When it was Chelsea with Potter, Chelsea fans didn't want it. At least I didn't want to hear it. Even though I understood the fact of our squad was terrible, we can't score goals, Havertz is a bum, Mason Mount wants to fake an injury, so he wants to leave. I understood all the problems we had, but I still didn't hear it because you have to do more. At this big club, you have to do more. And this is Man United, biggest club in England. I don't care that Liverpool won a title. Biggest club in England, top 2 biggest clubs in the world. This is not acceptable. And it's not all Amram's fault. I agree it's not all Amram's fault, by the way. I agree it's not all Amram's fault. I agree that he's having to deal with a lot. However, it's still not acceptable to be this bad. It's not.
All right, so
Can't
adding
wait
on to
till
my
she-
previous question.
I'm literally just saying this is the state of our squad. Like this is actually literally what our squad is. We've talked
To be
about
15th,
stats and
to be
stuff.
15th, 14th
This
is not the
yes,
squad.
this season
No,
we've
it's not.
only scored more than at least 3 goals against sides that have already been relegated. This is what
Yes.
our squad
Okay.
is this season.
When
we played Ipswich, we scored
So-
3-2.
So
Go on, Eli.
Eli,
Go on.
So,
I don't want to. Go on, Eli.
How long are you going to give him going into next season? How many games are you going to give him?
I've said this before too. I've said by 5 games and go depending on how our summer transfer window goes, I'll be able to tell you how this season's going to go. And if around November, December, we're still hanging around these spots, 14th, 15th, if this is how low that it actually is, then yeah, get him gone. Then I'm going to know that after all these excuses that he so-called is proclaiming that I need my better players, all of that type of stuff, I can confidently say that it hasn't worked out and it's not working out. Then we go on to the next manager. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Fair.
You're muted, Dante. You're muted, Dante. But yeah, no, genuinely, like I'm genuinely like I just don't think it's a fair ground to entirely judge him on how he's performed. And I'm with you guys. Like it's absolutely abysmal, considering the fact that we haven't even won the Europa League yet. So there's obviously that looming. We don't have a lot of people don't even have us have a chance against Bilbao. Like if I were to ask everyone on this panel, a lot of us would say that Bilbao are probably going to beat us because they have been performing better than us. And there's another possibility that we can still finish 17th in the league. We're not going to get relegated because that's obviously confirmed, but we play West Ham very, very soon. And if they beat us, they're currently 2 points below us. They will go above us in the league.
Sorry, Sheik. What I was about to say was, do you think this job is too big for Amarin? The reason why I say this is
I think he's feeling the pressure for sure.
Yeah, you lot are our giant normals club. Yeah, I'll put my hands up to that, right? You know what I'm saying? Top 3 in the world, easy, right? As bad as you lot are, yeah. He shouldn't still be trying to play with a back 3 when he came out and said himself that these players can't play the system up that I want. So do you know what you do? You look at old tapes. You play what worked. Yeah, you get through the survival mode. Yeah, you know that certain creatures will bite off their own like hand and stuff like that just to get out of the trap. It's like he's like, okay, I'm leaving my hand in the trap. It's okay for me to do that. It's okay for me to keep playing the same players. It's okay for me to keep playing the style that I want, that I said that these players can't play. This is my issue with it. Yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad manager. Right? I think he's a great manager. But the thing is, he's not helping himself out by continuously playing the same formation he clearly said these players cannot play. That's my issue with it. So, and the thing is, yeah, he's not a Pep. He's not like unfortunately, he's not Allegri. He's not these kind of managers that you can say, I'll give time to. You get me? Like, fair enough. If he was at Arsenal, I hear that. Because I'll put my hands up and I'll be the first one to say we are not Man United. That's what I'm saying. Not many clubs can go history to history with you, man. There, yeah, they can't do that. You have to start looking outside of the league for teams to do that. Yeah. So if he came to Arsenal and I saw Arsenal sticking with him, yeah, sticking with this style of play, hoping that tomorrow will come, I understand that. But at Man United, have some fucking shame. At Man United, you get me? And this is my problem with that. And then the thing is, this kind of stuff ain't being spoken about. Just remember, he said these players are not good enough to play this style. So why does he keep on playing the same style?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And that's why there's been a lot of like these things that are being talked about, whether this is energy coming from the people above, whether they've told him this season's a write-off months into when he came in, which would make sense why we only went for a left wing back when we were trying to get rid of 2 basic attackers who are actually doing pretty decent at the clubs that they are right now. Like, yes, we might not rate them and we might not think that they're the best in the squad or whatever, but there's still options that you have coming off of the bench, and they were both being, well, not Rashford, but Anthony was being utilized by Ruben Amorim as well. So it's like it's a lot of things, but it's like for me right now, I know this squad is absolutely dreadful. I know it's absolutely terrible. Can another manager come to this club and do better? Yes, I agree with you. What is better than 14th though? Is it 10th? Is it 11th?
8th.
Technically, it is better.
6th.
Cool.
Cool.
We finished
You know
8th
what?
last season with the squad. We haven't gone past last year when we signed Højlund and Mount and all these guys. The highest finish that we've had in these 2 years is 8th, and that's the point that I'm trying to make.
I said earlier when you guys when he came in, because I was actually on the opposite end defending it, and about how he's probably just trying to expose how bad these players are so you can have it clear out. And maybe he's been told, stick with what your style is and you'll be backed. But when I look at what happened in January, getting rid of two attackers, not bringing in at least one, so you still have to use Højlund and Garnacho. You bring in a Dorgu who's like not necessarily ready for the league yet. He might take another season to adapt. It doesn't help him at all. Now, I believe you guys are winning the Conference League, right? But
Europa League.
Europa League, sorry. But
Yeah,
you guys going into the summer, I don't think he's going to be backed properly. And I don't just mean bringing in players. I mean getting rid of players that are not suited for the system and for your club in general. If you guys don't get rid of Højlund, you don't get rid of Onana, you don't get rid of Garnacho, you don't bring in proper attackers, you don't bring in a goalkeeper, you guys are going to be worse next year.
That's why I was saying that for me, it's like that's why my energy is more for the other people, because I feel like, again, the problem is not entirely the manager. We could have we've had a lot of managers come and go. Like, name the best of the best of them. But our recruitment and our scouting has been consistently shit since we've last won the league title.
I know.
Whether you like to agree or not, it is. We've had some quality players come through. We have, but it's been shit. And that's really
agree, but bro, the type of guy that Amorim is, bro, this guy's like in the Jose mode. He will, like, if he doesn't get backed in the summer, he will make things worse. And he kind of already is, whether he's doing it on purpose or he's trying to expose players or whatever, cool. But if you guys don't get backed in the summer and he's still persisting playing this way, and you're doing it with Luke Shaw and Højlund and Garnacho and Onana in goal, if that's your spine, like, you guys are going to be like 17th next year, 16th. Especially in the early part of the season, being in the league phase of the Champions League, where you guys are just going to get like bopped about by teams.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's why I'm like, there has to definitely be some sort of improvement from him as well, and how he's utilizing this current squad. Because, like I said this again, yeah, how many players can we possibly sign? It's not really like we're gonna go out there and get like 7 to 8. It's not possible. And on top of the fact that we still have to get rid of so many as well. So from those, how many ever, let's just say like 3 or 4. 1 or 2 get injured and we have to revert back to the squad, and it's going to be kind of the same thing again. So that's why I'm fully with you. Like, there's massive amount of pressure on Ruben Amorim going into next season, and I'm the first to tell you this. Like, I'll lose my mind if I continue to see shit like this. If we go out there and buy wingbacks, or we buy one wingback, and I'm still seeing Diogo Dalot on the pitch playing
Also,
as a defensive
for
wingback.
You, Spooby, and any United fans watching in the chat or on if you're watching it on playback or whatever. What is your club's philosophy? What's your style of play under this ownership, under Ineos? What is if you're saying we're playing Amorim way, we're playing with wing backs, a back 3, and Amorim gets sacked, you're gonna have a team full of defenders that can't play in a back 2, with wing backs that can't play in a 4, and they're not good enough to be wingers. You're gonna have a squad where you're going to have to find another back 3 manager, or the back 4 manager you bring in, he's going to have another bedding in period because the players you have can't play his style. And this is something I question with Chelsea as well, by the way. The fact that we went from Potter to Poch to Maresca, philosophy-wise, doesn't make sense to me. That's why I question our squad building. And I look at Man United, your squad building needs to come into question now, because with Amorim, I still rate Amorim, by the way. I think he's a brilliant coach, brilliant manager. But the way he plays is very, very niche. Is that what you guys want going forward, playing only a back 3?
Listen, it's a good question, because I can't even fucking tell you. Honestly, I can't. And that's the problem. Listen, I don't know what we're all arguing about, because you would admit that you wouldn't sack him either, right?
No. I'm not saying you should get sacked at all. But I know that with the way things are going, if you guys don't win Europa, I wouldn't blame anyone that says he's to be sacked. But, however, I personally wouldn't sack him. But if he doesn't probably get backed in the summer, going into next season, knowing what fans are like, there's no patience. If your first 5 games, you lose 3, your first 10, you lose, 5, 6, there's no patience. The first bad result, I'm not even saying it's a battering. If you guys lose 1-0 to Burnley, that's a bad. Your fans will turn. They'll get so violent and toxic that they will sack him based on pressure. Because once people start turning on the manager, they'll turn on the board too, and the Ineos don't want that.
You know what I would say to him to that? I would say, Ruben Amorim, welcome to Manchester United. This is what it's like to be in the big leagues. This is just, you have constant pressure from the day one, minute one that you stepped into the building. Like nothing, the reason why United fans are like this, and I'll tell you like straight up, it's because we're impatient. We've been shit for so long. We are waiting for someone to get us over the line, for us to actually have brighter days, have good watch-alongs, can actually come out of a game and be like, you know what, we actually deserve to fully win that game. I thought we were the better team from minute 1 to minute 90. We've been waiting, we've been starving from saying things like that. And I think that's where all that impatience does come from a lot of these fans. But
it's Amorim's fault too.
Yeah, it's definitely Amorim's fault. You put this pressure on yourself unnecessarily.
Because like Don C said, like, you know what players you have by now, so make a little different, make a bit of a change, do something different.
Literally, and it's also like
just grab results and then alleviate yourself of some pressure.
Wait, can we talk about this?
You decided to also, Ruben Amorim, you decided to accept this job. You knew how this was going to be. You knew that you were walking into a burning house. And you accepted this job, and then you started saying things like a storm is coming, all of those type of things. That's why it's like a lot of the times I genuinely feel like Ineos have definitely been into his ear and told him that, yo, this season's a wash. You don't got to worry about shit. We're going to go get you players, just like how we've been linked to Cunha already. I'm hearing that the Cunha deal could get done very, very soon. Like very, very soon. Linked to Delap, linked to Cunha, linked to all these players that they were telling us about, that we need to sell players before we need to buy. Rubbish. Apparently money's already there for us to spend. It doesn't even depend on outgoings. Like these two specific deals, Cunha and Delap, do not depend on outgoings. We have money for it. We have money to spend. And what, Cunha 60 and Delap, his release clause is 30. So that's at least around 100 million, we'll just say, that we have to spend on these two players. So it's like, I don't know, just like Spoobs, I don't genuinely know what the direction of this club is. We've just spent this past summer, we've just spent 200 million on a different philosophy. And then we signed a manager, just like Prime said, with a completely different philosophy. If the whole idea was to go to a back three system, I've been saying this too, get an interim who plays a back three. Why get Ruben Amorim and tell him that it's now or never? Why? It just tells you that you men are scared. You men were scared of losing out to a great manager. Or maybe you just wanted to bring in a big name that everyone is talking about. That everyone is like, okay, everyone's talking about Ruben Amorim. He surely must be good. He's probably better than Ten Hag. So we should bring him over, because if everyone is talking about him and he's so good, things should be turning around without actually thinking about, do we have the players to play a system? Do we have the personnel? All of those type of things. And that's why I'm like, I don't know what Ineos are trying to do. Genuinely, I've been on their case the moment they've stepped in. Because I genuinely think the majority of this is their fault. Go on, Prime.
I've been saying that Ineos and Glazers, that like your summer window is very Glazerish, and people want to disagree with me.
Yeah. 5 out of 10, I said it.
Do you think bringing in Amorim is similar to you bringing in Ten Hag? Because this talk of Amorim, he's on City shortlist, he's one of the best young up-and-coming managers around, etc. The same was said about Ten Hag. Ten Hag was on City shortlist, one of the best young up-and-coming managers around, has this philosophy and ethos. He rebuilt Ajax like Amorim built, Sporting. The only difference is I actually rate Amorim. I never rated Ten Hag. However, the similarities are still there, very much so.
Right. Yeah, no, you're absolutely spot on. Similarities, even just compared to last season, are the same thing. Last year, if you asked me at this same time, what is left of the season, I would have told you the same thing. We're salvaging for one trophy. Our season's on the line with an FA Cup last year. Now our season's on the line with the Europa League. In terms of Erik ten Hag, though, and where things went wrong with him, was that he did change his system. He did change his philosophy to cater to this squad of players, which is my whole exact point, which is, again, why I don't want him to change his system. Let's say
but a lot of this was his players.
Listen, but hear this, though. Let's say Donsi, he does change his system, goes to a back four. We start playing well, right? Our fan base is going to go on and start saying, and I know people are going to say this, we should keep everyone. Keep Garnacho. Keep Højlund. Keep all these people because they can play well in this system, this and that, all that type of bullshit. That's what I don't want. I'm sick and tired.
Yeah, but short-term goals. It's like sometimes, okay, I get what you're saying. Like he's trying to lose the battle to win the war. I get that, yeah. But at a club like Man United, it shouldn't happen because, like I said, it should be in survival mode. And coming to the summer, okay, this is a question to Scooby more, yeah. Who realistically do you think is going to be sold?
You want me to pick that? I don't have a fucking clue, bro. Listen, if you go back about a month or two, okay, a month or two, I was Amrammed out because listen, I can't condone this. When I watch them play, I'm not seeing any improvement. Now you're asking me in summer, who do you want in? Like Prime said, are they really going to back Amram? I don't know. I personally don't know. The club has no direction, no leadership, and it's all up in the air, in my opinion. But I'd love to sell the whole fucking team if I'm the director or making the decisions. But it's up to Ineos and
this is why I say realistically, because I was just kind of what Prime was saying, yeah. It's a simple fact of, is this going to be rinse and repeat? Just because it's like, if you can't even, like Maguire, he was supposed to be sold, yeah? He's still there. Casemiro, he's getting old, yeah? Lindelof, he's a piece of shit.
Lindelof, his contract's running out. Lindelof,
like, Onana.
Yeah.
Like that, like I would have told if none of us are gonna say this year, I will say this year. There's a reason why black people shouldn't be goalkeepers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's not many good ones out there. There's never really been any good ones out there, and I'll put my I said that. You know what I'm saying? Prime, am I lying? Eli, am I lying? If I am, please tell me that I am.
Hey,
yeah?
I just say, Mendy and Magnon brought forward black goalkeepers 10 years. Onana set us back 50. That's all I'm going to say.
Maybe 100, like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Yeah? But it is what it is. But then, go back to my point. Yeah, I don't want to get off topic too much. Like, you lot, like let's just say you lot get rid of 3 players. Yeah, 3 players.
We'll get rid of more 3.
Let's say Anthony goes, right? Anthony goes. That's not guaranteed. Rashford goes, and who else? Yeah. Who else could you think you could bring in? Just because the core is still there. You know what I'm saying? The root is still there. Just because you cut off a piece of the tree, it doesn't mean it ain't going to go back because the root is still there. So what's the actual root of the problem?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that we have going for us is, listen, we have the money. I mean, yeah, are people going to join us for to win stuff at the minute? No, I don't think so. If you're talking about what players are going to leave, we've got Eriksen leaving. Lindelof's definitely going to leave.
They're both done. Their contracts are not going to get renewed, so they're for sure going out the door.
They're done. Listen, please, Napoli, come for Garnacho, Kim, please.
Man.
Okay,
please,
or
Napoli.
Chelsea, hey,
please.
We know you're still lurking around. You're still.
Yeah, I know you guys will still be lurking too.
So
I know you guys will be there.
Can I speak on this now?
Once you're in the DMs, you're in the DMs. Once you're in the DMs, you're in the DMs.
Let's talk about so everything everyone has said is the same shit. Yeah, this is the exact same shit I was getting called out for 1 month in. I said, just survive the season. Said that shit. And if you're talking about another manager, fucking Eddie Howe took over Newcastle in November when they were 19th. 19th, and they finished 11th. So yes, you can improve in the league because we have learned through Emery, if you finish 11th or 7th that season, you can kick on to make a Champions League spot the following season, like Newcastle did. So yes, it does matter the difference between 15th and 10th. Because Newcastle when Eddie Howe took over, were 19th once again in 2021, finished 11th, and then went and got a Champions League spot the season after. Emery was very, very similar, where he got I think 10th, then pushed up to top 6, and then went to the Champions League spot last season. So yes, it does matter.
CP, would you sack him?
Yes. For the manager I thought he would, yes, because I have named you now 5 managers that have taken over in different situations where they didn't have their quote-unquote signings, and they did a better job than he did.
But you would judge him as a manager because he's
yes, I would.
Players of not
yes,
his
I would.
System, and that are terrible players.
Oh yeah, you know why? Because we as a Chelsea fucking fan base didn't put our throat down to freaking Potter's neck when we had shitty Werner. Wait, hold up. Werner is similar to Garnacho. We can admit that, especially the season when we were 12th. Kai Havertz is very similar to Xerxes in terms of goal scoring, hold up play, all that bullshit. Very similar in terms of that, similar numbers. And Mason Mount that season is very similar to Bruno fucking Fernandes.
Mason Mount is not similar to Bruno Fernandes. The guy
Yes, he is. Those numbers. No,
How many
no,
open
no, no,
play
no.
assists?
No. Yes, Sheik. We're talking about the season we were 12th, not the season we won the Champions League. I'm talking about the season we were 12th. You know how many open play assists Mount has? You know how many? Cole Palmer had more open play assists in 1 year than Mason Mount had in his entire Chelsea career. So yes, he is Bruno Fernandes. That was a stat from last season, and how we upgraded so much from Mount, and we were laughing at you, man, because Mason Mount had less open play assists in his entire Chelsea career than Cole Palmer did last season. So yes, he is Bruno Fernandes. So I just named you like for like players in the attack that you guys have that we complained about, and we were in a higher place, and we were better defensively, and we also struggled with goal scoring. You know how many goals we scored that season? 40 goals. You have 30. We scored 2 more goals, and you still have 4 games left. So what excuse do you have?
So CP, Bruno isn't world class now.
No, I'm talking about if you're talking about this is
no, because remember a couple of months ago, maybe like a month, you grilled the life out of me and CP to get us to say Bruno is world class. Are you trying to say he's not now?
No, hold on. No, you want to? So now wait. If we'll argue both things. So first, let me do my argument because you're trying to veer off my bullshit. Because Sheik is doing this.
Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I'll adjust yours. Don't worry, I will. Trust me. I have shit to. Don't worry, I got everything for you. But everything.
Hey,
I've
yo.
been waiting.
Relax.
Anyways. So I just named you like for like. I just named you like for like. That season, Mendy fell off a cliff, and we were depending on Kepa at times. Rudiger was gone. He went to Madrid. Christensen was in Barcelona that season. Like he said, cool. But we had Reece James was gone. Reece James was out for the season, and we had a 35-year-old Azpilicueta literally dying on the pitch for us when we were 12th. And if you men are talking about how you men are getting bantered, we were getting trolled week in, week out while being in Champions League and only getting knocked out in a quarterfinal by Real Madrid, who won the Champions League that year. And we were getting trolled more than you man have.
Oh! By the way,
and we had a we had a grandpa.
Graham Potter. He remember in group stages of the Champions League, he battered the title-winning Serie A Milan side.
Yeah,
remember?
we battered AC Milan that season when they won the Serie A the season before with Leao, like the best form of his life, and everyone being rated so highly that because everyone wanted Rafael Leao as your left winger that season. Coming off that, okay, Graham Potter was brought in September. Yours was in October. Sure, we sacked him in March. For being 12th. We sacked him. That's what we did. And if you're talking about changing of style of play, you know who we had Tuchel that had a back three compared to Potter, which was a different style of possession football. Our goal scorers this season, Tuchel, we got top 4 with Tuchel, was from our left wing back and our right wing back because that's how shit our strikers were. Because that was the season Lukaku basically did the interview. We had to loan him out. That was the season we were close to top of the league because Reece James and Chilwell were banging in goals because none of our midfield or our strikers could score. And then they both got injured, and then we fell off. So what excuse do you man have? Potter had barely any of it. You know who we signed the season Potter got? We signed an Enzo Fernandez and a Mikhailo Mudryk. That's it. And Enzo Fernandez that had 6 months in Europe, by the way. You could rate him off the World Cup thing, sure. That's what we did. We rate him, sure. Fair enough. But a Mikhailo Mudryk. And we scored 40 goals. Was still considered less than you, man.
And
so
but also what we did is in the summer, like even forget the fact of Potter getting sacked anyway. What we did in the summer is we gutted our squad. You guys are not going to do that. These players will still be here.
That's why I've been saying again.
But that's not sure. You can blame it on the but you could blame it on the higher ups in terms of the summer. Sure, I don't. But if you're talking about this season, just like how we blamed Potter, we blamed Arteta. It wasn't his squad. It wasn't Arteta's squad, people. It wasn't Arteta's squad when he won the FA Cup and finished what? 8th. Yeah. Not 15th, not 14th, not 13th. It wasn't Glasner's team when he took over and took a dead Crystal Palace side and then made them mid-table, finishing in 11th. Still higher than you, man.
Yeah, but then
Villa-
like last
a
season
Villa-
when we won the FA Cup, we finished 8th, and that was Ten Hag's team. That was the squad that was built.
No, so
for that
why?
man.
No, this is what you're doing. You're once again giving me excuses and referring back to Ten Hag. We're talking about this man, Amarin, who doesn't have his team. Glasner didn't have his team when he took over from fucking Steven Gerrard. It wasn't his team.
I hear you. No,
was it?
I know he should be doing a lot better.
No,
I
this
100%
isn't good.
agree.
You should be asking him to be sacked when you are 15th. I understand if you're 10th. I even understand if you're 11th. You are 14th. But the only reason you men are not 15th compared to Everton, who we can say player for player is worse than you, man. We can say Everton worse than David Moyes, who took over later than by the way, Amarin. They're on almost the same amount of points because you got a lucky goal from Højlund. Otherwise, you were below them. I mean, on level with them. And that was just some goal difference because their attack is more dog shit than yours. So no, it's not good enough. It's not good because you know what this guy has, Amarin has? He's won the league twice, people. He's played champion. You know what Potter had? Fucking jack shit. You know what Arteta had? Being the cone man for Pep. He had zero years. 0 years of managerial experience compared to a guy who's gone to who's played Europa League and beat Arsenal with the Europa League, won the league twice in the Liga Portuguesa, was battering Man City this season, by the way. It wasn't last season. What was this season when they battered Man City when he was their manager? And you're telling me he can't get them higher than 14th? He's the one choosing the players he is starting.
True.
You can tell me about the quality, but he's the one choosing them. So he's at fault.
Which I've said is the problem. That's what I've said.
So he should be fired. Because if you're that stupid to start Rasmus Højlund week in, week out, when you had a healthy Xerxes back when he was still healthy, is your fucking fault. It's your fault. You can't. You still have slightly better knives in the kitchen, and you're still trying to go with the dullest one every time. That's your stupidity on a man who's supposed to be more experienced than managers that we've talked about who've taken over mid-season, aside from Tuchel and Emery. Glasner was pretty new into that scene. Like I said, Arteta, zero managerial experience. What are we doing? Why are we looking for excuses? You men are having more excuses for a side that's bigger than all of ours right now combined in terms of Premier Leagues, because Arsenal have 13, we have 6. So you guys are bigger than us in the Premier League and in the Champions League. So trophy-wise, you guys are bigger than both of us, and you have the lowest standards than all of us. When we talked about a Potter who had less pedigree than this man, and you're giving him more excuses, you're kidding me. You're absolutely kidding me. And I called this shit out from month one that this was going to cause him trouble, that he was going to get sacked due to this. How could I call it out in fucking Vancouver at my age when I have no managerial experience compared to a man who's doing Champions League and shit?
That's why
I don't even play FM. I don't even play FM. I don't even have any. I haven't even played. I haven't even played EAFC Manager mode this season. So what are we doing?
Look, it's just simple. It's as simple as this for me. I don't know why we're expecting this guy to get better out of these players when you wouldn't take a lot of these players at your own clubs. It's as simple as that. That literally just tells you how shit our squad is.
You know what? Okay, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do a thought experiment. Let's do this a thought experiment. Okay?
I'm done for this.
Don C, what are your thoughts on Pickford?
He's shit.
Okay, what are your thoughts on Jake O'Brien? What's your thoughts on Brentwaite?
Yeah, he's not great, but great for his team.
What's your thoughts on Patterson?
Don't like him.
Mikalenko.
I like Mikalenko.
Indai.
Not a fan.
Beto.
Everton.
Sorry?
Beto.
Why don't you compare them to the United players?
Okay. How about this? No, we'll do. You know what? We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Is
Well,
that
not
the-
our
Okay,
Pickford.
go
Well,
on.
no, we can
You're
do
gonna
that.
choose
but
Pickford.
before-
No, we'll do
that's
that.
fine,
No, we'll
but
do that.
that's
We'll do that.
fine, But before this
The funny thing
season,
is,
no one was saying that. But fine, Pickford or
no,
Onana?
no. Yeah, we'll do those. Yeah, I'll bet you.
Pickford or
Let's
Onana?
go.
Pickford.
Pickford.
Okay. Let's go
No,
with.
no. I'm not asking the Man United fans. We're asking Don C because you man are
Oh,
gonna
sorry.
because you're gonna protect. You're gonna do a protection job.
Okay,
But
no,
also,
okay.
by the way, why are we just going away from the fact that I said you would not take any of our players at your club, but you're bringing up Everton?
Yeah, you know the funny thing. No, wait.
You
When
compare
all these
anything
ma-
to United at this moment, like
No, but
anybody.
wait.
Yeah, but no, but
No,
Don
wait,
C,
fine, let me talk to this.
Sheik. No, hold on. You know what? I'm doing this because you said we wouldn't take any of your players, but you wouldn't take any of Everton's players.
Everton's
and
players.
you guys are doing the same thing.
And Prime,
Again, so
Prime.
it's I
Prime,
never
you know what
said
the
that
funny
we're
thing
not
is?
going to take it.
You know what the funny
I
thing
didn't
is?
even go
Prime.
into the conversation of talking about taking any other team's players. I've been saying this from the get-go. I'm tired of this squad. Get rid of this squad. That is the whole point. It's
agree.
not about.
But
It's not
you're
about
not going to get rid of your
whether
squad,
I'm
bro.
going to take. Whether I'm going to take one player from there, whether I'm going to take one player from there, whether those players are better than us. First of all, you're comparing it to a 15th, 14th place Man United.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
you
a
know
level
what?
of
No,
comparison.
I know, but
It's
you know
not.
why I'm
Here,
doing this? Because
excuse
you're
me.
saying get rid of the squad. I agree, but you're not.
But he can do better.
There's like a big probability that Højlund and Garnacho are starting first game of the season next year. You know, for me, when we went into that summer, I genuinely didn't believe we'd get rid of Havertz and Mount. I was worried that they'd be starting for us. The fact that we got rid of them, the fact that we got rid of other players from our team, you are not doing what we did. These players will still be here.
Again, so what is that down to? Who is that down to?
You're
Again,
bored.
it's further exactly, which is
Okay,
thank you.
so
Further elaborating
why
my
you're
points
going away from
about
my
everything.
I
Thank
agree.
you.
I
Further
agree.
elaborating my points
However,
about
if he wants,
everything.
I agree. It's your board, bro. I've never disagreed about your board. I
But that's
agree.
the point. My whole point is that I've been telling you again. The problem is the squad, and I agree with you. I don't know, like Spooby said, I don't know what we're going to do. But I'm not gonna just sit here and be like, yes, everything is Ruben Amorim's fault. Yes,
when Arsenal brought in Arteta and we brought in
we're bringing
Potter,
up other
we brought in,
fans
no,
of other
but it is a
clubs.
factor.
I don't care about Arsenal. I
No,
genuinely
but it is
don't.
a fact. I know you don't care, but it is a
I
fact.
don't
Yeah, I
care.
get it because you want.
Arsenal brought in
don't care about
Arteta. Arsenal brought in Arteta, and Chelsea brought in Potter, with the premise of it's going to be a rebuild. So things are expected to be bad. You brought in Amorim, one of the best young managers in Europe. The guy who was linked to.
Prime, what's your argument though? Prime?
Yeah, I don't get your argument.
Because you said you would. You said you would keep him anyway. You would keep him.
Because I personally rate him. However, what CP is saying.
If Ruben Amorim was at Chelsea and he was doing the same thing, you would keep him.
If Ruben Amorim was at Chelsea, he wouldn't be doing this bad because we have players.
No, forget that. Forget what he could do and can do. If Ruben Amorim was at Chelsea, because
I'm doing this job, I would take him out.
If Ruben Amorim was at Chelsea, and he got hired midway through the season,
15th, I would sack him.
If you're 15, you said you would keep him.
I'm sacking him.
If Ruben Amorim was doing this poorly. Yeah, because I wanted Potter gone. So even with all the factors of Potter that I understood, the squad, because I've been saying that the squad was horrible. I don't rate our forwards, etc., etc. I agree with all of it.
But then you also just said that you like Ruben Amorim and he's a great.
Yes, because I personally like Amorim. I personally like Amorim. I personally do. But however, you're failing. You're doing worse than what the failure did previously.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear that.
And I hear that.
It's not all his fault. I agree, it's not all his fault.
I haven't even argued.
I would. No, but okay. So you guys remember when you guys first hired him? I was the biggest fan. I wanted him at Chelsea. Do you guys want to know this? Because you guys just think, would you guys take any one of our players, or how many of our players are good, or would you take him in our squad? You know what squad Eddie Howe had when he took over? His captain was Lascelles. You can say De Ligt is better. His goalkeeper was De Bruyne, which was shit. So similar to Onana. So equal. No.
Again,
I am saying A
lot of managers
because
come in and done.
Me and Sheik aren't saying that he's innocent.
We could bring up Forest this season. Nobody thought Forest was going to do the things that they were going to do. And Nuno as a manager, Don C's right here. He will tell you himself. Nuno, who's been at Tottenham Hotspur, no one who was literally in Saudi Arabia before he came to Forest. No one thought he was going to do what they were going to do at this moment.
Yeah, facts.
And it's one of those type of things
Okay.
where it's like, if you asked all of us at the start of the season, we went bar to bar with Nottingham Forest players. It's the same thing.
I agree.
A lot of us wouldn't take them.
So hold on, no. So that's fine. So Forest this season are massively overperforming, and United are massively underperforming. We're using two extremes here, right?
Yep. And
that's
you know
thing
the
is,
funny
I don't
thing.
think I wouldn't
Wait,
say we are like
I think-
underperforming for sure. Like we definitely are.
Just like
We are.
Forest are
Don't-
overperforming.
Wait. Here's the main thing. You know what the funny thing is? Because I think Dauncey is getting what I'm laying down more, in a sense.
I get it.
Wait. You meant saying who would you take in your team or whatever?
Mhm.
Every team that sacks their manager mid-season is also not rating that manager's players either. When Eddie Howe took over Newcastle, no one's rating Lascelles as a center back. No one's rating Callum Wilson when he's fallen off.
Joelinton.
Joelinton was their main
Joelinton.
striker that season, by the way. Joelinton was their big money signing that summer, by the way, who later became a centre mid thanks to Eddie Howe.
Their defender. Burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but CP, I get your point. The only difference between me and you is you want him sacked, and I'm maybe like two steps behind you. That's the argument you're making.
I can't understand how you're 2 steps behind when I've just named you how
Because
I would, and we were 12.
I want to give him a transfer window.
But yeah.
I didn't give Potter a transfer window.
What?
I did not give him a transfer window.
No, okay.
can't
Yes,
work
you
with
didn't give
this.
Potter a transfer window, but what did you do the season after that? What did Chelsea do the season after that? Like
We
Prime
hired
said,
the-
you gutted
we hired
half
the
of
wrong
your
money.
players. You got
Yes,
rid of
but you
so
guys
many
won't-
players.
Yes,
no,
but
you know what the funny
do
thing
that.
But that
Meaning-
season that we were
And
talking.
again, going back to my point, which is why I'm more concerned about Ineos rather than Ruben Amorim himself. Because I don't
know.
think our board is going to
Equal.
set
It should
him
be
up
equal.
to. I don't think our board, if
I-
there is any moment or if there is any way that we can turn things around. I agree with you. I don't know whether Ineos will even allow him to turn things around. So how can I say that this is all on him? When all this stuff that he's been given to him
No one's
is
saying
all
it's
his
all on
fault and
him.
majority his fault. I'm
You-
sick and tired of the squad.
When we hired
I'm
Potter,
period done with the squad.
right? Or we were getting close to hiring him. I said in Sarcasm City, I don't want this guy. It won't work.
Yep. I
However,
remember this.
if you bring in Potter, what
You
I
better
want
back
from
him.
you is that not even that. What I want from you is that do not bend to the failures in the squad. Stick to playing your way and see it out. And then in the summer, hopefully we can build
Which
with
is
you
exactly
properly.
what I want at this moment.
I
which
know,
I've never
I
said
agree.
change your
However,
system. I've
I
never
agree.
said change your system.
And what Potter did was, like a few months in, it wasn't working, and he adapted to the failures in the squad, and it cost him his job. However, what I wasn't expecting, what no one was expecting, was a massive gut clear out. If I knew, or if he knew he was getting a gut clear out in the summer, he probably would have continued playing his way, and he would have kept his job.
Yeah. No, I hear you 100%. So
But
you're right on the
Amram's
fact that no one expected it.
Amram's not getting a gut clear out like what Chelsea.
Probably, yeah, he probably isn't going to. Which
So,
is again why
meaning-
I'm saying there has to be improvement. Like I've said, there has to be improvement on his part too, because he's gonna revert back to a lot of these people in this squad. That's why I've said in 5 games I'll be able to tell you how we're going to move in this season, even especially after the. There's right now. I'll even go further, and I'll even back you on this point. There's right now no evidence to suggest even that if we sign players, he's gonna use them. There's no evidence to even suggest that he's gonna use the players that he signs.
Or even use them properly.
Or even
Like-
use them properly, exactly. So it's one of those. There's a
it's
lot
just-
of like intangibles in the air for sure.
Like,
100%.
it's annoying because I actually do rate Amorim. So I'm not even going to try and slander him. But it's like, what's going on? You're not going to be able to just get rid of everyone. Sometimes if you're going to be the guy that we're building with long term. Sometimes you kind of have to do what Arteta did, just kind of adapt to what you have a bit until you can start moving players onwards. You're gonna have to, because you're not going to get rid of 15 players and then bring in 15 like what Chelsea did and disrupt everything. You're not going to do that.
100%.
That goes back to my earlier point. Why, because I also do rate Amrin, and I remember when he first came in, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, now the banner of Eric Ten Hag is gone. Yeah, I really do rate him. But my point is that as bad as Man United are, yeah, you shouldn't be in this position. Yeah, you got one person to blame, and you cannot blame the players. because the manager is the one who's picking these Z players in these positions, week in, week out. It's like me trusting a whore. Like, do you know what she's gonna do? We all know what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
So why is she there?
I hear you, man. 100%. Maybe this is a way of him trying to show the people, trying to show the board that these players are shit by running everything through the ground, which I don't necessarily agree with. But it's like, I knew these players were shit before he even stepped in. It's not like he has to prove anything to me in terms of these players. I know everything, all that type of stuff, right? So it's like, the thing for me, truthfully, is that any manager could come in, genuinely, any name. Carlo Ancelotti could step in. I will still be this vocal about my players. I will still want all these guys to be gone. Genuinely.
I agree.
Because I'm sick and tired of this, bro. Like, sick. We have 2 attackers who've scored 2 and 3 goals specifically in the last 25 games. We have a striker who gets 4 shots on target. He gets a shot on target every 4 games.
Sheik, I agree with you.
You guys wouldn't take these players. It's as simple as that.
Sheik,
You wouldn't take
I agree with you. It's how you're feeling is how CP and I felt 2 years ago. So I hear
dejected,
however,
terrible.
If this is like, again, this is one of the best young managers in Europe. This is the guy that you're building with long term. He's not showing us any reasons to back him. He's not.
Bro, next season, I'll even say I'll be the first to say Ruben Amorim out if things aren't going well. I'm just being fair. I'm just being fair. I just want to see him with a window.
Well,
that's really
if you're gonna give him the first 5 to 10 games, then how is that any okay, again, I still believe you're winning Europa. So how is that any different to what you guys did with Ineos did with Ten Hag, where it's, we'll give him the start of the season and see if it changes or a window where we back him. How is that any different?
Well, it's a big difference. Ruben Amorim would be winning a trophy with not his squad, with a squad that's not his. If he wins a Europa League,
but he's the better manager.
Eric Ten Hag built that squad himself after 2 years.
Yeah, but Amorim's a better coach, though.
True, he is the better coach, 100%. But these players, again, going back to it, we're just gonna keep going around. Is that these players are not fit for his system? They're not. They're not fit for this system. Big up Rodgers good every single time. Big up to you every single time. But it's going back to that. It's just they're not fit for that system, and all I'm saying is I just want to see him have a window. Trust me, I'm not saying that Ruben Amorim is our savior. He's gonna turn things around. I've not even guaranteed any of those things. I've never said that. I just want to see him with the window. And then I'll be, like I said, I'll be the first to tell you that I'm Ruben Amorim out. I don't care. I don't have a problem with us rinsing and repeating with managers. Genuinely, I really don't.
I know you guys in Sarcasm City don't.
I don't have a problem with
I know you don't. But what I'm saying is not even addressed. But things I'm saying is not even addressed to like you or Spooby. It's like towards really your fan base, because if you're saying this, fine, you give him the window or whatever, and he starts the opening 5-10 games and things are still bad, if not worse, do you then trust your board or Ineos to sack him in time? Because you didn't do it with Ten Hag. So it could get worse because you're not going to sack him when you should, and you continue to prolong the sacking, and then, again, I don't think you'll get relegated next season, but 16, 17 is a real possibility, bro. It's a real possibility.
That's what I'm saying, Prime. I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, could not tell you anything about what our board is going to do, what even Ruben Amorim is going to do, any of those type of things. I have no evidence to suggest any of those things from just the season that I've seen so far. But one thing that I can just tell you for sure is, bro, get all these people fucking gone, man. I'm sick and tired of it. Genuinely.
And your fans are expecting things to improve. Because I'm hearing United fans say we're going to be much better next season.
This is same fan base I thought we'd score 89. There was a guy last season. I remember his name, Denton Angus on Flawless's channel. I don't know if you guys know this. Denton Angus on Flawless's channel. Let me just enlighten you people. You thought Z's 89 goals was crazy? You thought that shit was crazy? Let me just enlighten you about this. This man said we would have 156 GNA split between goals and assists. So trust me, I know my fan base is fucking thick, bro. Trust me, I know they're absolutely horrendous. A lot of them should not probably have Twitter accounts, Instagram accounts, all that type of shit. But it's freedom of speech. It is what it is. But yeah, it's just one of those type of things where, bro, I can't. And trust, all of us have people in our fan base like that. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch.
Yeah,
of them.
my
156 GNA. 156 GNA. Yes, Chinlu. 150. You know what?
Yeah,
Give me
let's
1
go,
second.
man. Let's
Give me
go,
1
man.
second. You guys think?
Do you know what? He's actually
I got
speaking
time for
facts
this.
as well.
And we're gonna
That's
move on
mad.
right after this segment. We're gonna move on to the next team. We've done an hour and 22.
Man, I'll keep it up, man. I'm enjoying this.
No, it's okay. We're gonna talk about your Champions League elect. We're gonna talk about Champions League elect
as well. By the way, he got snaps.
Here we go, people. Shout out to Warrior J, obviously being very, very kind enough to share all these type of things. So here we go, people.
Big up, Warrior.
10 and 10. And Mount.
Big up Tapia. Good question.
All right, I'm gonna total up the goals. Let me actually draw.
You guys can hear, right?
I'm gonna total up the goals.
Oh, I remember this. That was correct. Go
on. And hey, no disrespect to Flawless, but he's not even normally good at math like that.
So
but he was there that day. He was ready.
All right, 1 second, people.
The calculator.
Oh, the calculator's like, let's go.
Oh, I remember this.
10.
I remember this.
Yep.
Just listen to the numbers as well.
Ironically, 10.
There's 3 players here already just named
12
GNA.
plus 10 plus 5. 57. And then Rashford, did he say 23? And then Rashford, he said 23.
23.
23
So our
GNA.
front six is getting 80 goals, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, let's go.
80. What happened?
And you, man, I've got 39 goals.
1 second. What the fuck happened?
This was last season, so they got like I think 50
there we
something.
go.
But hey, let's go.
Here we go. I got it back working. I'll get to your question right after this. J Tapia 93. I'll get to your question right after this.
Rashford, Ireland,
Listen to this.
Mount, Bruno, Garnacho, Anthony, and Sancho. We're getting 80 goals. 80.
Let's go.
So that means we're going to score 100 plus goals in the Premier League season. All right, cool. And then the assists is, let me total up the assists. Hold up. Total up the assists.
So at Prime, you're speak. This is
Right,
our
so
fan base.
15
man.
plus 13 plus 15
Look at how many 15s are there. Assists,
plus
by the way.
8
Assists.
plus
Just assists.
In the league.
15.
Not
10,
an all
15, by the way.
9. So they're getting 80 goals and 70 assists. Oh shit, I forgot Rashford. Did he say 6 for Rashford? I think he said 6. So let me add on the 6. 76. So they're getting 80 goals and 76 assists. So combined, they are getting 156 GNA. All right. Okay.
I don't have anything more to say then.
Sheik, can you
about
send
my
that to
fan
me?
base. Of course. Yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
Thank
No
you.
problem. Of course. But yeah, let me get to this question real quick, and then we're gonna move on. We're gonna hear Don C and how excited he is about tomorrow's Champions League semifinal,
Be
and
excited.
Eli as well. Big up to the panel. Shout out to JTapia93 every single time. He says, big up panel. Who is more likely to be fighting relegation if both managers stay, Man United or Tottenham Hotspur? I'll start off with myself. I'll say Spurs. Always gonna say Spurs for sure. I'll say Spurs.
I know Don C's answer. I'll also say Spurs. You guys have money. Those manuals are broke as
They
shit.
never spend. They have money, but they don't spend. Like,
You don't know what I'm going to say, and it's on next.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
no, go on, Don C. We want to hear it. Let's hear it.
Fuck
I'm all
Spurs, mate.
Yep.
Prime, what are you saying?
Man United.
Spooby.
Damn.
Listen, I'm going to say United. I'm sorry. It's United for me. And the reason why is I've seen Spurs do well with Ange, okay? Well, Amarim with us, like, I haven't seen us do anything, okay? At least Spurs have their little patches where they're all right. Us, I think it's United.
Fair enough.
Great.
Shout
So
out
Speedy
H.
big
Good
screen.
too.
Great. Perfect.
All right. Eli, what are you saying?
Hey,
Who's
I'm
more likely to get relegated, Spurs or Manchester United? What do you think? Not sure if Eli's here. You here, Eli? No worries. We'll get his thoughts when he gets back. Let me ask just another question to just real quick, just based off of that one. Who's more likely to win the Europa League this season? Manchester United or Spurs?
Man United.
You lot better fucking win. That's all I'm saying.
Man United.
Yes, you man better.
It's
win.
not. It's not even a better. United will win Europa.
Wait, so you guys just absolutely shot on me and Spooby just a couple of minutes ago, and now all of a sudden you better win Europa League against Bilbao.
So Sheik, do you know who you're talking? No.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
No. We're saying if it's you and Spurs, if Bilbao make the final, I'm backing Bilbao. Once again, you're talking to people who are fans of London teams that both hate Spurs. What do you think the option is? And we have someone we know in the Mud Brothers called an Mdinero that will be on the most smoke, like he's won a quad for the past 10 seasons in a row because he won a Europa League.
I'll be real.
With that.
It's not. I'm not backing United to win it. I'm just being honest. They will win it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And also, my reason why I'm saying it will be United to be in a relegation battle and not Spurs is because you guys will keep your same shit players. I think Onana, Højlund, and Rasmus are a bigger detriment than whoever you think Spurs are Spurs' worst three players.
We're terrible at getting rid of players. Terrible.
Like, I even though like it's not obviously like a metric to measure a team, but I hear this. This is what I've been saying about the semifinal. Yo, like we need to go out there before this game at Bilbao, drink as much, like eat passion fruit, drink passion fruit, anything related to passion. You intake, because that's the only thing that could possibly get us over this line.
But by the way, I think you guys winning Europa, by the way, it will be a big detriment. Yeah. Part of why I say you're a relegation battle next year is because you'll win Europa.
We'll have another competition.
It's because you'll win
Champions League.
Yeah, and that will massively. However,
I know.
If you guys like, this is why like part of what's going on with Amarim, I guess the only like hope is things go so bad. Say you get knocked out to Bilbao or you lose the final to Bodo Glimt. Things go so bad. See, Donzi, Bodo Glimt, not Spurs. Relax. It's cool. Things get so bad with United that
giant killers.
They're forced to just gut everything. They're forced.
Spurs are giants.
So that is your only hope, that things continue to get bad for the season, where you're forced to just get rid of everyone as much as you can. That's your only hope in this.
I trust. I'm with hope. I'm with that hope, man. Genuinely.
I mean, you make a point. Ten Hag, survived because of that reason.
Yeah.
Winning a cup, so.
Exactly.
Winning a cup.
And we know what winning a cup can do to delude people, bro. We won a Champions League and people thought Havertz and Mount are good enough to compete for a title, bro.
Oh, 100. Yeah.
No, don't say that. We didn't say it. We weren't saying Havertz and Werner. We were saying Lukaku.
Listen, look, I'll say this. Look, Spurs, they beat us 3 times this season, but if we beat Bilbao, we're winning it. I'll say that. I'll tell you we're winning the Europa League. If we beat Bilbao, we're winning it. Spurs in the final, we're gonna move past them.
You're not playing Spurs in the final.
We're gonna move past them.
Spurs
or Bodo Glimt. Spurs or Bodo Glimt.
I just want to say one last thing.
Then we're gonna move on. Yeah, go on.
I'll say this on behalf of Dauncey, and I know Prime's saying that's never gonna happen, but just in case, like we said, Arsenal's never gonna win the Champions League, anyways. So just in case, if Spurs win and beat you, man, I swear to God on my life, for the next 10 years, I swear to where you may run and hide in whatever fucking universe, Spooby and Cheek, I will be on you, man.
So what are you on about? What are you talking about?
I'm saying if Man United allow Spurs to win the Europa League when you're playing against them in the final, and if you lose, I swear on God, on every deity that exists in every multiverse, I will rain hellfire on you, man. I swear on all my heaven. The summer, you know what? You men are the Red Devils. I will make sure the summer's fucking hell on earth for you, man. I swear to God.
Hey,
Brimstone.
Donzi, you know how I keep saying, right, that if Arsenal and Spurs play the Super Cup and Spurs beat you, your Champions League doesn't count? If Spurs beat United in that Europa League final, United are no longer a big club. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I'm
You're
not.
no longer a big club.
you guys
You're
just
no
talk out
longer a
both
big
sides.
club.
You guys talk out both
You're no
sides of your
longer a big
mouths.
club, man.
You're saying how shit we are. We can't win anything, and then
Yeah,
it's
and you know
How
who's
better?
better?
Who's better?
better.
Who's better?
Oh,
That's
no,
what-
better.
you better.
No, but
You
no,
better
but
do
Stevie,
this.
you know
You
what?
better
No,
do
Stevie,
that.
you know why? You know why? The same reason why I say for Chelsea is I don't care how bad people think we are right now. We are
We're
going.
winning
The
the
Conference League is
conference.
like
Yeah.
we have to do it. There's no if, buts, or maybes. We have to because when you're a big club and you're in these lesser competitions.
What's
Oh,
up?
is that first? Cool.
Yeah, but
It's only embarrassing
Dallas,
if you don't
Dallas.
win it. If you
Where-
don't
where
win these
Dallas?
competitions, that's when it's embarrassing. But if we win Conference League, no one can laugh. Just
Okay,
like if you
Don C,
guys
Don
win
C, just have a
Europa,
question for
I
you.
don't think we're.
Yeah,
I
come
don't
on,
think
Wait,
we're
Jim.
going to Europa.
No, everyone in the panel, everyone in the panel, everyone in the
no,
panel,
no,
everyone in the
CP,
panel.
answer the question.
Go on.
Answer the question.
Yeah, go on, CP. Answer
Uh,
the question. 100 CPs or one gorilla, real quick. Twisted
Hey,
Fate's asking.
if it's CPs that witness Spurs win against Manchester United, then definitely 100 CPs. So my question is
go.
because
Answer.
you know
Got your
Spooby and Sheik are like, oh, you guys are trashing on our team, just saying how shit we are, but you want us to win the Europa, right? And we said the hypothetical situation of you and Spurs. Hey guys, let's look at the league table. Who's below you, man? It's fucking Spurs.
I'm not talking about Spurs.
Okay.
I don't think we get by Bilbao, but
You're
I'm
beating
saying-
Bilbao. You're beating them.
I'm saying if you do, then and you play Spurs, that's when I'm doing Hellfire and Brimstone. If you guys lose to those,
okay,
man, that's the
CP.
specific
And
situation.
how has the past 2 games against Spurs went for United?
Spooby, I don't give
Answer
a
the
fuck.
question: Have we
I don't-
beat Spurs in
you-
our last 2 times? Yes or no?
United.
Spooby, it's
You know,
Tottenham
we
Hotspur,
haven't.
Hotspurs.
Yeah, but it's also
When's the
this
last time we beat
Manchester
Spurs?
United.
Oh my,
This Manchester
Don
United.
C, we've witnessed the fall of a club. These man
Yeah.
are now
All of a
telling
giant.
me we gotta worry about Spurs in the final of a tournament. Of a tournament.
We're losing
In the words of
because
Tony,
of
in the
Spurs.
words of Tony, where is the justice?
Are we
Yeah.
forgetting that Spurs went to the
CP, you
Etihad
don't have
this
all
season?
the answers.
Are we also
Guys,
forgetting that
guys.
Spurs
Oh my
went to the
God.
This is
Etihad this
embarrassing.
season?
I'm
Oh
sorry.
Four
It's embarrassing.
Look,
You know
this is
how? Hey,
embarrassing. Oh
you know how I say about Arsenal,
Oh
right?
my
You know how I
Yes,
said
go
earlier in
on.
the stream to Don C and Eli.
Jesus
Act
Christ.
like
Listen,
you
just
care.
listen.
You know how I said?
Just because
Bro,
you guys hate
Jesus.
Spurs, don't try to project that hate
No,
onto
no,
us.
it's
Be
no,
like,
no, no,
we
no.
are,
No,
we are this
no,
and
no,
that.
no,
We
no,
better do this.
no,
We
no,
better do that.
Sheik. Don't put me in with CP and Don C. I'm saying you guys are winning it regardless of who you're playing in the
Yeah,
final. Don't
you said
care
that.
because
So why
I
you scared of
expect you to get over this line. It's not going to look pretty, but I still expect you to get over this line. You're here already anyway.
Right. And all I'm saying is, listen, last thing that I'm thinking of when I'm in that Champions League final is, oh my God, what if we lose and CP is mad at me?
Oh no, of course. I'm not saying you should think of that. I'm not saying you should think. I'm not saying.
I got no beef with Tottenham Hotspur.
I'm not saying.
I'll
I'm
even go
not
as far
saying
as
you
this.
should think.
I'd actually be okay.
but it's
losing
Spurs
to
in
them
a tournament. You should never
For
risk
any of you guys.
Spurs in a tournament.
I'm not. I know. I'm not saying you should be thinking of that. Obviously not. But my point is, as I keep saying with Chelsea, people can laugh for it in the Conference League, but we should be winning it because we're a big club. We should be. The same with United being in the Europa League. You should be winning it, no matter how it looks. That's why it's embarrassing when you don't.
If it's Spurs in the final, if you
I'm
beat,
not
if
even
you beat
getting
Bilbao,
that deep.
and
I'm
Spurs in
just
the
saying
final,
a
I
team that we
swear
have played the last Itch, by the way, Itch and
Scooby,
that's it.
Scooby, don't do
The
this,
last 3
Scooby.
times we played
Scooby.
them, we got beat. That's all I'm saying.
Scooby,
I don't
Scooby, can you tell me?
care.
Can you tell me?
Like,
Scooby,
bro,
Scooby, tell me when's the last time they won a tournament? Tell me what. Spooby, tell me when's the last time they won a major cup?
Bro,
No,
I'm
not
gonna
even
tell you-
that. No, Spooby, do you know the last time you played Spurs in the cup competition?
CP, I'm just trying to tell you.
Yeah, it was this
bro.
season, was it not? It was the League Cup.
Cup.
We got beat 4-3. No,
No, we're talking about a final, buddy. We're talking about a final.
No,
final.
I don't even know. I'm not talking about final. I'm talking about when did you last play them in cup competition?
the quarterfinals.
Yeah,
They beat us
quarterfinals. Yeah,
4-3.
they got knocked out. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Spurs knocked them out.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not like I know you guys hate Spurs. I'm just going by the past results.
No,
That's it.
I'm not saying. I'm
I'm
not
just
saying
going
hate
by this
Spurs.
season. I'm just going
I'm
by
saying
this
you
season.
guys, whether you're playing Spurs, Bodo, Glen, I don't care. You guys are winning regardless.
Yeah, I agree.
And I've said this.
Especially
if you beat
Bilbao.
If we beat Bilbao, if we beat
I know
Bilbao,
Sheik said
I think
that,
we win.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we win. But it's just
Scooby,
more so
you
like,
can't have
yo,
this energy.
just
You can have
look-
this energy if you beat Bilbao.
What energy?
Look,
We're
this energy.
shit.
a
No, you can't.
lot of
You
the
beat
teams
Bilbao,
this
you can't.
season
You
have
beat
slapped us
Bilbao.
left
No,
and
you
right.
can't.
All I'm saying is a lot of teams. The Wolves have done a double on this season. A double on us this season. Like,
No,
come
but
on.
Sheik, you're keeping standards.
terrible.
No, Sheik, you're keeping standards because you said
Oh,
if we
God.
beat Bilbao, you're
You're
not
asking us
scared
to
and
be
you're gonna
delusional,
win. No.
Yeah.
Sheik's not being delusional. He's saying if we beat Bilbao, then we're winning this
Yeah, I
tournament.
did say this.
You're
yeah.
saying,
Yeah, that's
oh,
fine.
if we beat Bilbao, oh, I'm so scared of either Spurs or
Did I say I'm
Porto.
scared?
Oh my
I
God,
just
I'm
said-
quit. Oh my God.
No, he was just saying that like
Did
he
I
was
say
just
I'm
more so, like,
scared?
why,
I just said
because
if I look
why,
at the
like,
past
why we
3,
must and all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
like
That's
I'm
cool.
getting at you, CP, being like, you guys must, you guys better. I'm
And
just
don't get me
saying,
wrong, we must. Like, yes,
yeah,
we should.
I'm just,
Like,
we
we
should
shouldn't
be
lose
beating them,
any
yeah.
cup final. We shouldn't lose any cup final, regardless of whoever the fuck it is. Like,
But
Yeah.
don't
shouldn't
speak out both sides of your mouth and be like, yeah, you guys are shit, you're
Like,
worthless, or you're dog shit, and then
No,
be like,
but-
oh,
like if we
No,
played Real
no,
Madrid, if we played Real
Spooby-
Madrid in the final, I wouldn't just sit here and be like, oh my
Well,
God, it's
I'm
Real
not
Madrid. It's
expecting
okay,
you
we
guys
No,
won.
but Spooby, don't
Like,
do
I'll be
that.
like,
I'm not
fuck
expecting
that.
you to
No,
be
don't do
Bilbao.
that.
Real Madrid is not Spurs,
Don't do that,
is it?
Spooby. Because in that, because when people will speak about Chelsea, people will say our attackers are shit. We don't have a striker. Palmer's been shit all season, and
But
yet
when
we
I-
still have, and yet people will say we
This is
still have to win the
crazy.
Conference League. Of course we
This is
have to.
crazy.
wait. When have I been like, Chelsea, you better win the conference?
I'm not.
League?
No,
I've
I
never
didn't say
done
you.
that.
I didn't say no.
Yeah,
I
our
didn't say
attack
you.
needs Viagra.
I didn't say
That's
you.
crazy.
I'm saying that is what we have to do. I'm not talking. No, I'm not talking about Spooby. I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm just saying.
Oh
talking
in
yeah,
general,
I know what you mean. Yeah,
That's what we have to do. So like,
Yeah.
again, and I'm not trolling.
By the way.
Don C and CP, they're doing their
I
own
don't
thing.
think
Me, I'm saying
it's
you will win.
Yeah,
I
yeah, fair.
genuinely believe you're winning.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not always on the banter thing. When I said like Prime, look how long ago I said to them they're gonna win it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single time, every single time I do my score prediction, especially in
Big up Eli, bro.
Europa,
Big up to you.
I know what you lot are. Yeah, that's why I said you lot are a gigantic club. Right? When I say that you lot have been poor, you lot have been poor. There's no two ways about it. But when it comes to these moments, yeah, there's teams that do this in these moments, and you lot are the biggest team in this competition. Yeah. When you don't get it right, you get it right. And as bad as, let's say it's Man United Spurs, as bad as you lot are, Spurs are worse. Yeah? So that goes on to Scooby's question. It's like you can only beat what's in front of you, but they are a worse team. This is why they're in that position. Ange has lost in the league, what is it, 18 or 19 games?
19
Come
games.
on, let's not do this. Yeah? Let's not do this. You get me? I get what Scooby's
like I
saying.
said, hey, listen, we beat Bilbao, we're winning it. I'm confidently saying that. Even if we don't win it, y'all can cook me because I said this. Because I just think we're going to win it. I think
you will.
Same thing when it comes to like finals and stuff. To be honest, any team that I think from those teams that we would play, I think I would back us to win. Definitely. It's one of those type of things. Juju, shithousery, us just being in finals itself, all this type of like magical, miraculous things, all that type of stuff will happen, and I just think that will probably get us over the line, and we'll win. So that's what I would say to that. But cool, let's move on to the next segment where we do have to close out soon as well. So what we're gonna do actually is Mdinero's not here, so we're not really gonna talk about Liverpool and stuff like that. Even though I do have to get to the super chat, and you know what, I'm just gonna do it right now. I was gonna leave it for later. I'll just do it right now. Big up to Sai. He says 14th place for Man United. Their pitch has more rats than goals. Fans wank off to Fergie's ghost, dreaming of days that they didn't suck. United are shit. All right, man. Hey, big up to you, Sai. Thank you for the super chat as well. And what more? What can I say to that?
He's referring to you, Spooby.
What can I say?
I'm not wanking over Ferguson at
night.
YG.
YG. Hey, yo, that's kind of crazy. Anyways, moving on. We're gonna just basically do the Chelsea section and the Arsenal section together because obviously Spurs Mdinero is not here. Big up to him every single time. So we'll start off with you, Don C. Let's start off with predictions.
Sorry, can we speak on Chelsea real quick?
You want to speak on Chelsea first?
No, because I've got to go in a few minutes.
Oh, we'll start off with Chelsea then. We'll start off with Chelsea real quick. Cool. Chelsea, Prime, floor is yours. 1-0. First outside the box goal for Jackson against Everton. Where I'm not gonna lie, I was a little skeptical of how you guys would you be able to break down that low block of Everton, but you did, and you got a pretty important win. To be honest, a very, very important win in terms of your Champions League qualification. So yeah, speak about it. Performance. I heard Sanchez played very well. By the way, I heard he played very, very well. By the way.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He made saves that, to be fair, I still expect him to make, but he did keep us in the game. So if people want to say he's man of the match, I guess that's fair. We scored early, which again allows us to be able to control the game. Still, it's only Everton, and I expect us to beat Everton. Our fans acting like worried and scared that we wouldn't is, well, I say it's weird. It's actually expected from this family. But yeah, there's 4 more games to go now. I think at least one more win should be enough. So long as we don't lose any games, any Premier League games, it should be enough for us to just get that top 5. And I don't know. The Palmer stuff, I guess, is still. I say it's worrying. It is what it is now at this point. He's been I guess, poor, at least for his standard anyway. He's been poor for so long of the season, but it is what it is. Jackson scored, which I'm happy with. Hopefully that can kickstart him getting some goals now, and taking, I guess, some pressure off of Palmer from having to perform. But I'm just happy that, I don't know. Maybe I'm just, at least we've won 2 on the bounce now. Maybe fans can just, our fans can just chill and stop doing fear mongering all the time. I know it's not going to happen, but the fear mongering is just kind of weird and annoying. But whatever. We played the Conference League on Thursday. It is what it is. I'm not worried about that. Hopefully we can get the tie wrapped up quickly, like we did in the last leg. So the second leg won't really matter per se, and we can focus just on these Premier League games. That's really about it.
Okay, fair enough. I have a clip that I want to play. It's loading real quick. This clip was not made by me. It was actually made by a gal, but I thought it was pretty funny. That's why I'm just gonna play this real quick. And I'm sorry, I apologize in advance to you guys. And I don't condone anything that they're trying to talk about in this clip.
What did the gals? Okay.
Oh, hey Prime, for the first time, we're gonna watch a clip that you haven't made. So here we go.
Nicknamed Cole Palmer, cool as a breeze, cutting through defenders with elegant ease. Used to curl him in top corner divine. Now he's playing like Sancho, partners in crime. Where's Cole Palmer? Nobody knows. He's ghosting the games, disappearing in shows. His goals have gone south. His assist took a flight. Cole Palmer got colder in the frost of the night. Oh, winter's a thief.
Yeehaw!
Steal your flame, turn a hotshot star into half of a name. They're searching the pitch, calling his name bold. Where is Cole Palmer? Did he turn to pure cold?
Yeehaw!
It was a gal.
That's the best thing you've ever done in life, mate. Big up to you.
I don't even know if this is the thing is I don't even know if he made it. I think he just found.
He
it
didn't.
or
He
whatever.
didn't.
It probably, yeah.
No, what? That's hilarious. With Palmer, I guess with Chelsea fans, this is what Mom said. Something interesting on. I think it was Back Again. Was it Back Again, or maybe it was
Back Again? I think.
No, it was probably actually Don Post show because Don's Chelsea Don was on at Don'sy, and he was talking about how Chelsea fans are we're so eager to throw Palmer into world class conversations and stuff like that, and he's right. We did that too early last season, when in reality, to be a world class player, you need to do it over quite a few seasons to be consistent. And this is what we said about Saka when he broke through at Arsenal, and Arsenal fans were trying to throw him into conversations early with Mahrez and Salah and the likes. And rivals, Chelsea fans were saying, Liverpool fans, whatever, were saying, we need to see Saka do it for 2-3 years and build up consistency before we can say he's a world-class player and he's one of the best. And Saka's been doing this now for 4 years now? Maybe almost 5 years? He's been doing it, being consistent. So Palmer, we need the same thing. It is what it is for this season. Next year, though, we'll really see what Palmer's truly about. I hope he bounces back. I believe he will. But if he doesn't, hey, I'll be honest, because I haven't been honest this season. But next year, if he's not on it, I'll be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna dip. Arsenal, you're beating PSG. First leg 2-1. Second leg, you're gonna beat them 2-0 at third.
Champions elect. Okay, Prime champions elect.
Fair enough. Prime, before you do leave.
You will never hear me say that.
Before you do leave, obviously, just give us your prediction for your
That's
midweek
your thing.
game against in the Conference League. I honestly don't even know who the fuck you guys are playing, and it doesn't even matter because you guys are
I
gonna
don't
win.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
We're playing one of the teams in the
Swedish
seven
league. Swedish league.
7 rounds. Who cares?
I
we're winning.
remember Lewis was saying that they're like
shit.
10th. They're like 10th in the Swedish league.
Trenton,
Yeah.
yes,
Well
sir.
placed in that team.
7 rounds. It doesn't matter to me. We're winning. I'm gonna say 1-0.
Your
Wait,
garden, yeah,
It's
your garden.
it's wait.
It's,
one
it's not
second.
pronounced your
Wait,
garden.
wait,
It's not. It's
Wait,
so it's pronounced your garden, but that's not how you spell it. That's not how you spell it. But yeah,
It's
it's like
actually
H
garden.
E. Yeah, it's like HE something. Your garden or something like
I
that.
was just about to say there's
Yeah,
no way
it's
this is called your garden.
Your garden. Your garden.
I
Your
get you. I
garden.
get you.
Look
Yeah,
up the
I
J,
get
but yeah, that's how you
Yeah,
pronounce
Yeah.
it.
So we're playing Newcastle.
So you're playing
Yeah,
Liverpool.
No, we're playing
No,
my
Liverpool.
friend.
Sorry, Liverpool.
How could you forget? You're gonna give them a guard of honor. How could you forget that? You're gonna
Yeah,
give Liverpool
guard
a
of
guard
honor.
of honor.
Liverpool, I'm gonna say draw. Chelsea fans are
Arsenal
thinking
too. Don't worry.
Chelsea
Yeah,
fans
they're-
are thinking
I
this is
know.
gonna be way, way, way too easy. I don't believe that. I'm gonna say draw. Maybe I'm gonna say 1-1. 1-1
Even
draw.
if you think they rest their players, if they rest
I
their
don't think
players,
I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think it's gonna be that easy. I'll be real.
I-
It's gonna be that easy.
statistically in the past when they have like or teams when they have like won the league.
Yeah,
we've seen
Arsenal
some
battered
terrible
them.
results. Yeah,
You're
Arsenal
right.
battered
You're
them.
right. You're right. And
Like I
this
remember a
is the
couple of
same-
seasons ago, I think Liverpool lost like 5-0 to Manchester City after.
Yeah,
they get-
no, you're right.
No,
You're
they
right.
lost to Arsenal and then lost to Man City after that.
You're right. You're right. This is the same Chelsea team though that our attack doesn't score goals and we've not won a big game all season. So we're draw 1-1. Is what it is.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
Dude, that-
take care,
Fair
people.
Big up,
Like
big
and
up to you, bro.
subscribe. Like and subscribe. The Spooby Rigo case is pending.
The what?
Oh, I got it.
The what
What?
case?
I got it.
The what?
What case?
Yo, what did I do?
Rico
Oh, he just
case?
left. Damn, he just left. Fair enough.
Um,
Anyways, CP,
Yeah.
go on.
Fuck.
Your turn to speak about the game.
yeah. Everyone else, dude, fuck. Lavia, Enzo, and Caicedo. What dreams are made of, dude? What dreams are fucking? Oh my god! If Lavia could just stay healthy, man. Dude, the way we were balling out in the first half was wild in terms of getting possession high up in the pitch, never having to worry defensively, to be honest, and just creating counterattacks that way. That's actually how we scored the Jackson goals. Like Chalaba made a high tackle pass to the Enzo, and then he got the assist from Jackson. Everyone else did well besides Palmer, I do admit. I definitely think his goal scoring's dried up. I think his playmaking's still been good. Like even in the Fulham game, there were so many crosses that I don't want to get started. But Jackson was happy to Palmer would have gotten us.
You're cutting out a little bit, TP. If you could just say it one more time.
No, so I'm saying Palmer could have gotten an assist or two if it was the Fulham game, if we had a half competent striker in terms of being in the box and box movement, especially Pedro Neto, especially. But with regards to this game, yeah, Caicedo was inverting, it worked out well. Yeah, definitely a lot of self-control. When we subbed out Lavia, we did lose a bit of control because I think we were trying to rush for the second goal and trying to make quick passes, and that led to them doing a lot of counterattacks. I do think it's going to be a draw for Liverpool, but I'm hoping we can get a win because Prime is saying, oh, this is the same like side where people are saying Chelsea's attack is scrubby. We were saying the same thing about Arsenal's attack being scrubby in 2020 when Liverpool won the league then too, and they still beat Liverpool like a stupid amount. So, and also, I think the key game for us is Newcastle. I think we beat your garden 3-0. So then we
CP,
can.
all I'm gonna say is, bro, when you go to Newcastle, St. James's Park, just hope and pray. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
just
no.
hope
What
and pray.
I'm saying the only way we have a chance of drawing or winning is if we have that midfield three of Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo.
And like if you
Because
beat them, that's a massive result.
Because we're gonna be up against Tonali, Jolington, and Bruno Guimaraes, so we need to go midfield for midfield with them definitely. So I think Newcastle's the biggest game. I definitely think I think we're gonna beat United.
Yeah,
Everyone
you did say
keeps
that
on
before.
telling me
Yeah, you did say that
to
before.
be scared. I'm not saying it's a battering. I'm expecting a 2-1, maybe 3-1 if we're lucky.
Oh yeah, I'm
Um,
nervous for that game.
but-
Genuinely, I'm
But
like actually. I think we can lose.
because everyone's saying, "Oh, we barely beat you, man." I'm like, we beat you, man, last year, and we were winning 2-0 until Robert Sanchez decided to be a fucking dumbass,
Yeah,
and then we
you
came
let
back and still
Garnacho
won.
You like Garnacho.
Yeah, and we and
Twice.
dude, no, we had Anthony have a Travella assist. That was fucking insane.
That was insane.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we came back from that and won. So I think we can win that. I think it's going to go to the last game of the season against Forest. But yeah, hopes are high.
They are.
Um,
I'll say this: like Forest as of late, they are beatable. They are. We only lost 1-0 to them, and honestly, Elanga, that was the only.
well, that
thing
was
he did all
no,
game.
but Chris Wood is back. No, Chris Wood is
That's
back. That's the thing. When you guys were playing, it was without Chris Wood, and you could see how much of a focal point and
They
how
missed
much he
him.
helps
Yeah,
that attack and how scrubby they were in the attack because of that. But
Right.
now he's back, so I don't trust it. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. Question for you:
just let's
3-7.
Yeah.
See, H is asking, what's your 3-7 in the Premier League table? What do you think it finishes as?
it's gonna be City,
City third.
Forest, and us fifth.
Okay.
Villa, I think.
No Newcastle?
Because I think we need to draw or beat them for us to get top 5, and I think they can possibly lose a game or because they're also playing Arsenal, and I know they've beaten them every time this year, but we'll see what's happening because Arsenal have that feel good factor. We'll see what happens because even if we get a draw, that's big for us. Even if the thing is, as long as they don't beat Arsenal, that would be big for us.
They play Brighton next. They play Chelsea after that. They play Arsenal after that. Yeah.
That's 3 tough games.
So this is very similar to us in a sense too. So we'll see how it goes with regards to that. Yeah, and yeah, just regards to Champions League elect here. Just want to say that dude, that midfield battle is going to be insane.
It will. I think that's where
hope,
the game is going to be won and lost. That tie actually.
I hope Ousmane Dembele has half a brain cell in that game, because if he does, he's going to have goal opportunities. He's just a clown. So I hope Saliba, because let's call out the elephant in the room, people, because I know Dauncey and Eli have agreed to this when I made the statement earlier this season. Gabriel has been the best defender out of these two for the past 2 years.
Facts.
But one's a light-skinned youth who people might fancy more because you guys are Sex Appeal FC. So that's the reason why. What do you mean, Calafiori? Oh my God, he's so dreamy. Oh my God,
what they say about he's so what?
Whoa, he's so pretty.
Yeah, I know he's not wrong.
Like, are we talking about Calafiori's defensive attributes? No, but he scored 2 goals and his wavy hair is so great. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so yeah, I think Gabriel is a better defender, and Saliba making more bozo moments. So I hope he continues to make more. And he is back in France, the same place where he played for Saint Etienne, and for some reason asked his teammates to take a video of him jacking off while watching stuff on TV screen. So yeah. I don't know why.
I don't know where that went, where this was going, but yeah. So we'll get to it. We'll get to it. The final topic of the show itself before we obviously get into Premier League predictions and stuff real quick. Obviously,
I can talk about Chelsea.
Oh, you can talk about Chelsea. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
No. Can I ask you one question? Can I ask you one question, Spooby? Can I ask you one question, Spooby?
After that, go on.
You're in person. I have to ask this question. Spooby, can you go to the Premier League website and just check the cookies? Can you tell me where Man United is? Remember all the cookies.
It's just my segment.
No, I just have to interject because it's Chelsea segment technically, so I get priority.
It's my turn or not?
I just want So see, he said I get priority. So
hey,
hold
come
on.
on, it's not my turn.
Let's
all that shit you were talking about. Oh, Manu, he's a one-season wonder. Oh, Manu's shite.
Spoons was waiting for this second.
Okay, and now look at Cole Palmer.
Wait.
Cole Palmer.
Let him land.
Okay, be careful what you say, okay? Because you were quick to jump on Manu, okay? And now it's happening to your boy, okay? The white, where is he from? Where is Cole Palmer from? Is he like Caribbean or something? The white Caribbean.
He has Jamaican blood in
the white Jamaican, okay? Not okay. You're quick to jump on our players. Okay, remember CP. Okay, be careful what you say. Okay, because I will be there to keep you in check. I'll be there. Okay, I will be there every fucking single time. Okay,
Every time.
that's all I'm gonna
Every
say.
time.
That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, CP. Also, when Madueke, look at Madueke. He came on. He was going down the wing. He was going past players. What a player, Madueke. No, that's too far. That's too far. That's too far.
Yeah.
But
Clip
I'm just saying.
Prime, clip that. Clip that. Prime.
No, don't clip that. Don't clip that. But I'm just saying, CP. Okay, you were talking shit constantly about Manu, always getting on the Manu. And listen, okay, it's
Can
all
you tell me?
circles.
No,
It all
can you tell
comes
me
around.
minus numbers from
It all
last year? No.
comes around. It
Tell
all
me.
comes around. It all comes around.
Tell me minus numbers. Tell me minus numbers from last year. I can tell you them.
But I don't care
You know how
last
it goes.
year.
Wait.
You were right last year. You were right last year to get on him because he wasn't playing that well.
No.
But now it's happening to your player, CP. Your player.
Wait. Hold
Now
up.
it's happening to you.
Okay, so can I respond to this?
You have to
Can I
hold that.
respond to this?
You have to.
Yeah,
Can I
go
respond
on.
to this?
Go. Are you
So
done,
during-
Spoos? You
during-
done? You done, Spoos, with your segment?
Yeah.
Okay, go
So,
on. Go on.
so when I was calling out Mainu for being not good, in 24 games, he had fucking 3 goals and 1 assist. Cole Palmer this season, when he's been dog shit, has 13 goals. When he's dog shit, when I'm calling him out week in, week out, he has 13 goals.
I know you're calling him out, but all I'm saying is,
No.
you know, don't be quick to get on other players.
You know what the funny thing is? My player's shit season is still 5 times more than your player's shit season from last year.
I'm not debating that, but you were so quick to jump on that train. Quick.
And speaking of jumping on
premature ejaculation.
Pause. That's pause.
Sorry about that.
Read what ladimusprime said. What are we feeling about Enzo Fernandez? How's Enzo Fernandez doing?
Yeah, he's
Remember what
doing
I told you about this season?
By the way, I haven't actually spoken about this. I still, by the way, think he's not part of your best midfield. I still think that. Now that Lavia is back, it even further proves
But
it.
CP, that's what I'm saying.
No,
CP,
I
still don't think he's part of your
if
best midfield.
Caicedo and Lavia are fit, where does Enzo play?
If we're, dude, I would still play Enzo over Lavia. I'm telling you right now.
Okay,
fair, that's fair.
I'll remember that.
Yeah,
because Lavia's not box crashing for me or all that stuff. If you're talking about being pest resistant, he's better than Caicedo, but tackling wise, Caicedo's still better, I think. And you know what matters the most? Fucking being healthy. This man is the most injury prone. I don't give a fuck about some imaginary situation. Remember when we thought Diaby from Arsenal was like having a really good season?
You started the Chelsea segment saying, "Please, Lord, let Lavia be fit." You started that earlier. You said, please let Lavia be fit. Now you're saying you don't care about Lavia.
No, I didn't say I didn't care about Lavia. I'm saying if you're comparing to Enzo Fernandez, one guy's fit all the time, the other one's injured. And when I said
that's why I asked you if they're both fit, would you still play Enzo?
Yes, and why? If you listen to,
why would you want Lavia to be fit if you're not going to play him?
Oh my fucking god! It's like you're deaf. It's like you're actually.
No, I'm calling you out on what you say.
Honestly, we'll just let him do it. We'll just let him get.
Wait,
I'm just calling you out on what you say.
Okay. Spooby.
You said, please, at the start of your segment, you're like, please, Lord, let Lavia be fit. Please, Lord. Now you're saying you would, if he was fit, you wouldn't start him.
Can I respond? Can I respond to this? Fucking hell. That same segment that I started off, please, Lord, be fit. I said, please, Lord, be fit. So you
can sit on the bench.
No. So I can play Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo all at the same fucking time, you clown. I said this.
You said if they were both fit, you wouldn't play Lavia. You'd play Enzo.
Yes, and I want all 3 fit for Newcastle because we have to go midfield for midfield 3. So if I'm gonna go against a Tonali, a Joelinton, and a Bruno Guimaraes,
so who are you dropping then? Who are you dropping to get Enzo in?
Genius. We have Caicedo inverting. That's what we did today because Caicedo played a right back.
Caicedo inverting. Okay.
That's what he did this game, dude. He's inverting.
I'm just asking questions, CP. We use like, please, Lavia be fit, and then you said if like they were both fit, you wouldn't start Lavia in the pivot.
No.
Okay, then that's all I'm saying. I'm just calling out the contradictions. That's it. That's all I'm doing.
It's not a contradiction when I want 3.
It is a contradiction.
How is it a contradiction?
Because you said, please, Lavia, Lord, be fit. And then if I asked you if Lavia was fit, you would still start Enzo over him.
Yes.
Then what are you talking about, Lavia, please, Lord, be fit? Please, Lord, be fit to sit on the bench? What are you trying to say?
No, once I just answered your question, genius. Caicedo inverts. He literally played right back this game too, by the way. That's how he
And
played
just-
all three. So I'm telling you how they all three fit in, my genius friend. Let me count. Do you want me to count how many
Who are you
players there were on
dropping?
the field? So, okay, so let's find this out. So if my right back is not my actual right back and it's my DM, who would be out of the
Who are you dropping?
Gusto? So it would be Gusto Reece James, right? Right. Welcome to Math.
You're dropping Reece James.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, I am.
I remember
dropping
that.
Reece James specifically for the, like I said, for the Newcastle game. That's why I said, please, Lord, be fit for Newcastle in specific, because I want to go midfield for midfield 3. And the only way that's gonna happen is if Reece James is on the bench because he's not as good as inverting as Enzo Maresca's system wants. Thank you.
Fairs. You know
Also
what?
speak-
We're just gonna agree
Yeah,
to
yeah.
disagree.
And-
That doesn't,
and-
to me,
no
that doesn't make
also-
sense.
and-
Dems, you're
and
right,
also-
Dems, by the way. That's
and
waffle.
also Enzo Fernandez is the second most creative midfielder in the entire league. He's created the most big chances in the league this season.
Yes.
So what I need creativity. So why would I drop him?
No, I'm just asking. Like, I don't know why you want Lavio to be fit, but anyway, yeah.
Anyways.
We'll just agree to disagree.
Whatever.
Agreed to disagree. There we
Let's
go.
talk about
Anyways,
Champions League.
last segment of the show, we're gonna hear Don C talk about tomorrow's game real quick. So PSG, Arsenal, Champions League semifinal. Tells Don C, how is this game going?
Champions
Where
League.
can it be won? Let us know, man. Let us know.
Where's the
Peoples,
parade?
are you not entertained? Because I
Are you not
am.
entertained?
You know what? Yeah, it's so nice. Yeah, when people ain't asking me 101 questions, when they're not shooting shots at my team. Yeah, this is why we're the Mud Brothers. Yeah,
Spooby, can we
make
team up?
sure you like and
Team up.
subscribe.
Hey.
Tell your people to come and enjoy the show. We're here every Monday, 10
Yeah.
onwards. Yeah, like and subscribe. Now back to Arsenal. Do you know what? Yeah, no one thought we'll be in this position.
Here we
yeah?
go. Let's hear it. Let's
No
go.
one
Come
thought we'll
on.
be in this
Yes,
position.
come on, Don
I
C.
missed
Let's
this
go.
last week, by the way. I missed this last week. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no,
Donkey,
you
sorry,
missed this
go
last week, and I did pick you up
Come
here
on,
because
chat.
you did say
Yeah,
there's a
Arsenal.
massive
Come on, big up
possibility of us being in this position. Yeah. So do you know what? Yeah, for once, I'm not
Doubters
even
believers. Okay.
So big up Scooby, my fellow mud brother. Yeah, you're still a
Thank
wanker,
you.
but on this
Scooby,
occasion,
okay.
Thank
you know what? Yeah, I have to give you manners and respect, my brother. Big salute to you. You hear what I'm saying? Tomorrow's game, do you know what? Yeah, I told you, I'm here for the vibes. I'm here to be laughing. I'm going to be here to be just making a mockery of life. So tell you
You're not
why,
going to be
because
laughing. You're not
if
going to
we
be
get
laughing.
past PSG, yeah. No, okay. Before
I'll
we
wait
even
for
do that, I
Go
am
on.
very confident in tomorrow's game. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to be a walk in the park. Let's not go there. Right? This is a different test compared to Real Madrid. Yeah, because now it's nervous moments. Now you're going to see a lot more mistakes than I'm saying there's going to be a lot more mistakes than the last game. My prediction, right, is we're going to beat them. I'll go for a 2-0.
2-0.
I'm very
Which is-
confident. I'm
it's not
very
crazy.
confident. It's you know, in isolation, we all know that Gabriel's better than Saliba. I know that, and I'll always agree with CP with that because I believe that should have been our captain. But we move from there. This is what I'm saying. He's injured. He's not playing. So I'm going to talk about him.
Big up
As
Finch
long
being
as we
jealous.
defend, as how we have been defending all this time, do you know what? Right? I can't see nothing else but a 2-0. Right? And then next week, you ask me about next week's score. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless, win or lose, I'm going to be here. Either I'm going to be smiling and eating my crips, or I'm going to be cussing my team. It is what it is. There's no middle ground with Don C. You know what I'm saying? I
Don't
just
see,
hope
if
that-
you win that game 2-0, you're in the final. You know that,
yeah,
right?
no. If we win that game 2-0 in the final. Yeah, I believe that we will be in the final, but we talk about next week. Next week.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Prime's back.
Nah.
Yeah, he's back.
Did you know there's not much more for me to say about Arsenal. Right? Liverpool won the league. Congratulations to them. This is what I'm saying. Salah, big up to him. He done his thing. Trent, hey Sarah, and all the rest of it. Yeah, me. And we move on to next season. Yeah, me. I'm just worried about tomorrow's game. No matter what happens, I'll be here.
Fair enough. And I was gonna say, like, it's like banter aside as well, it's not crazy for anybody to think that Arsenal can beat this team. Of course they can, 100%. And like there's certain things that you can break down probably in PSG's games. If you remember them playing against even Villa, and
Yeah.
Liverpool as well, they struggled massively at set pieces. They were all over the place when it came to set pieces. And I mean, whether it's a joke or not, and people want to call them set piece FC, Stoke City FC, this or that, statistically, Arsenal are a very good team on set pieces this season, considering also the fact that Saka is now back, too. And he's been one who's been taking some of them. Rice, obviously, he's been taking those free kicks, those corners, all that type of stuff. So it could definitely be a case where Arsenal can win. I think in terms of like the tie, like Don C said as well, I think you have to at least have a 2-0 advantage or a 2-goal advantage going into Paris, where you could be like, okay, Arsenal are going through to the final. However, on the other side of things, talking about PSG, no one expected this PSG to play the way that they are right now as well. No one expected, obviously, Enrique to perform with this PSG the way that they are right now. But this is something that we haven't seen. Ousmane Dembele is having a crazy season. Not something that we say from time and time again at all, to be honest. I think he has like 21 goals in League One itself. And then considering also all the goals that he scored in the Champions League so far too. Their midfield, I've been saying this, I think the tie itself will be won depending on that midfield. Yeah. If Arsenal can shut down for moments of the game that PSG midfield, that midfield of João Neves and Vitinha, they'll have a very, very big chance in terms of getting at PSG, peppering them with attacks left and right, all that type of stuff. Where on the other side, if you allow that PSG midfield to get comfortable, even at the Emirates, they will in turn end up creating chances. And like I said, Ousmane Dembele, whether you rate him or not, yes, and even though if the League One is trash or not, he is clinical this season. So it's one of those type of things where he can, and I haven't even talked about Kvaratskhelia. That's another guy who's been absolutely ripping defenses apart. So it could definitely go either way. My prediction for it was 2-2. I said this game would go 2-2. And it would all go down to what happens in Paris, where I also think Arsenal can get a win there too, and can get a result. But I think this first game is going to be 2-2, high scoring. Just like Don C said, there's going to be mistakes from both sides defensively, because let's face it, both teams after a very, very long time are getting to a Champions League semi-final. Yeah. PSG got it when Bayern Munich last won it a couple of years ago with Hansi Flick. Arsenal obviously got to a Champions League final. I don't even remember when the last time it was, but whenever they did. So it's two teams in terms of heritage that haven't really reached this stage in a very, very long time. So there will be nervousness. There will be all those type of factors as well. So we'll see how this game's going to go. I'm super excited for it. I think we're going to get to watch great football from both clubs, from both teams specifically in this game. So looking forward to it. We're going to see how it is. Obviously, everybody in the chat, let us know your predictions as well. And before I do move on to the rest of the people, shout out to Flawless. Shout out to Sarcasm City TV for the raid every single time. Shout out to my bro Flawless every single time. I do think he's going to be doing the playback. It is Houston Rockets versus the Warriors today, and I think Jimmy Butler is back. So I will be there for that game, of course. And then YG wants to play Forza Horizon after this, but I need to download it, so we'll see. He says I'm going to play tomorrow. Okay, fair. So he said he's going to play tomorrow. But cool. That's where we'll be. So shout out to Flawless every single time for that Sarcasm City TV raid. CP, we shall go to you. What are you saying about this Arsenal PSG tie tomorrow?
Do I go with my brain or my hate? Nah, hate.
What's your brain?
I'm going for PSG. I'm going with PSG. I'm going. Fuck my brain, dude. Yeah. Big up Nazi, man. I'm sorry.
No, CP, you don't want to lose it in the final. Oh,
no, what? No, I don't.
You want Arsenal to lose it in the final? Come on.
No, I don't. I don't even want them to be near the final.
It's the hope. It's the hope.
Dude, the hope now. Dude, this is the most optimistic I've seen Don see in my life. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this much hope. I saw Don see.
Yeah, Don C's predicting a win.
With regards to a Champions League, have a bit of a smile on his face when talking about it. Yo, I'm happy with this amount of. If I get to let him down, this thing, I don't want him any. No. Like I want him to. If it's gonna be a letdown, I don't want his heart to be fully broken, right? Because he's still, like, outside of football, he's a great person, but you know he just supports the shit club. So I don't want him to reach the final and just get battered, right? Like I don't want a Manchester United Barca situation. So yeah, you can hold that too. That's why taking shots. So I just want them to lose, just gracefully with PSG. You know what I'm saying?
Gracefully.
Yeah, like first leg. So like this week they lose like 2-1, and then they're like, okay, we just need one more goal and we can do it. And then next
CP,
week they're
no,
like
you're doing it the wrong
trying to
way.
get a,
It's just the wrong way, CP.
they're trying to get a
Like,
goal
what
the
can they
entire
get?
time, but
Imagine Arsenal fans if they get in the Champions League final. Imagine the content. Imagine
I'll
that.
be honest with you. I can handle Eli and Don C. I can't handle the content anymore from Egal.
No, imagine that.
Okay,
content.
okay. Let me put a massive disclaimer, CP. CP, let me put a massive disclaimer. We did not claim him. Anybody that would like to take him on loan, yeah, I will help you lot sign the thing, yeah. Rex from FC, Scunfold FC. If you want to take a gal, he's going to soon be a free agent. We do not claim him.
Fair enough. Hey, Crypto, I actually want to hear this. Crypto 2021. What is the difference between Arteta and Mosquito? Go on, tell us. I'm always there for jokes.
Yeah.
Always there for
Yeah.
jokes.
Especially that.
Tell us, what is
Especially
the
off with
difference
that.
between Arteta and the Mosquito? I want to hear this.
Oh,
Oh my.
oh my.
Hey, big up Crypto. Let's go.
Like I said, do you remember what I said to you last week, 2 weeks ago? Whether Arteta wins this or not, I still want him out. Nothing's changing, yeah? So hopefully you can start sucking at your club.
Oh, you're amazing, man, team, man. You're amazing, man. I love it. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
Hey, man,
you know, I was
2021, man. That absolutely made my day. Genuinely, that was hilarious.
I was happy for Don C when he was watching Eubanks and having a good time and all that stuff with the drinks and stuff. But you know, when it comes to this football club, man, I'm sorry, man. I need them to
You're a
lose.
fucking fraud. You're a fraud. But big up my brother CP though. You get me?
Sorry, that got me. But okay, in all honesty, if you guys have the defense to win this. It's just that 1%, if Ousmane Dembele decides to have a brain cell, then I think you lose.
Do you know what?
You have a 99% chance of going through.
I'm not really fussed about Dembele, to be honest. Like, talking like this could actually turn around and bite me, but I don't really give a shit. Like the mosquito job.
No, it's all good. It's just Ousmane Dembele. It's all good.
Yeah, no. Okay, the reason why I say this is because people was talking about the two of the best players in the world, the next 2 Ballon d'Or winners. You know what I'm saying? And we shut them out. This is why I'm confident.
Yeah.
Because if we want to listen to the hype, as great as these players are, Mbappe and Vinny, should have tore our defense a new one. Right? Mm-hmm. And the only goal that they were allowed to have was a Christmas present from Saliba. Yeah. And this is why I'm confident. Like I said, if we defend it as a team as we did against the 2 legs in Madrid, more the second leg, all right, and we played as we did in the first leg, I can't see them beating us. You know what I'm saying? Even with Dembele. Okay, Partey's a big miss, but we've got the home crowd. And as long as we utilize every single artillery that we have, we are the Gunners after all, then I can't see us going out. But do you know what? Stranger things have happened.
No, so Dancy, the reason why I keep on mentioning Ousmane Dembele is because I'm talking about the midfield behind him, that creates so much compared to Real Madrid, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm meaning, is that I feel like they're going to create way more chances for him than Vinny and Mbappe had in terms of creativity, because they were trying to do solo goals, right? And they were just, getting stopped by your defenders, right?
Yeah.
So good job by you guys doing one-on-one defending. But I think the Vitinha, Neves, and Ruiz midfield is way better in terms of how they complement each other and how much they create, right? Yeah. So that's why I'm saying that, is that they're going to create more chances for him. So if he has a brain cell to score some of these chances, which might even be tap-ins, then it's that's what I'm saying. I think he's a bozo, and one-on-one, you're going to lock him up. But it's just the midfield behind him, especially if you're missing Thomas Partey, and it's going to be Declan Rice with even a Jorginho, because it's going to be too slow then. That's why I'm saying.
I totally agree. But then this is why I said, as long as we defend as a team.
Yeah.
As a team. Yeah. And like I know how dangerous PSG are, especially their midfield. Their midfield is it's going to be a midfield battle. Whoever wins the midfield battle, like he said, will win. People forget that Arsenal are a very dirty team now. We don't play clean anymore. Gone are the days when we play that pretty football when you elbow, man, they just go on the floor crying for their mama. You know what I'm saying? We give as well as we take. And if anything, we give just a little bit more, just by crashing the box, just by running into players. Just like they say, oh yeah, Arsenal's a dark arts, right? We literally play dark arts. There's a reason why we've got so many 6 foot plus players within our team. Yeah, there's a reason why we've got an uppercomer like Skelly constantly playing week in, week out. Yeah, the confidence is probably oozing in this Arsenal team. It shows, and in the last game, especially against Crystal Palace, you can see that we're not like Arsenal players just don't want to get injured. Like they weren't even going in first gear. They was just rolling in neutral because this is the game. This right here, yeah. These next 2 games is what defines Arsenal's season. These next 2 games, because forget the final, for example, yeah. The next 2 games is what shapes Arsenal's season. Not even Arteta's, because if I had my way, like I said, regardless, I want him out. Yeah, but this is what shapes Arsenal's season. All right? I think they're gonna go all out. Like I said, we're at home. Yeah, and do I think Jorginho will play? Do you know what? I think he will play because the tempo of the game. We need to take the tempo of the game. That might come in and bite us. Do you know what I'm saying? Because how slow he is, and he really ain't a party, but he still offers us something. And there's no one else I can say put in that position because I really don't want Moreno nowhere near there. You know what I'm saying? It's like when Zinchenko comes on. Like I can't stand to do that at the best of time. But when he's playing further up the field, he can't help them score, and that's my thing. As long as we can win 2-0, 3-1, even a 1-0, yeah, we have hope. You get me? We have hope. And like I said, I do believe we're going to beat them. And when do you ever hear me say that? I'm Mr. Angry, innit? Yeah? And yeah, man, I'm just going with a vibe, man. I'm just here. You get me? I might even get a new trim for it. It is what it is.
Fair enough. This question real quick. Yo, Don, would you go Rice, Skelly, Odegaard midfield with Timber and White as right back and left back? Is that what you would go with, Don C?
Is that Rice, Skelly, Odegaard? No, I'll keep Skelly in what he's doing. Him playing deep and inverting has worked well. And I'm a person, when something works, you kind of stick to it. Just because when you tamper with the team, sometimes you tamper a bit too much. Like unfortunately, Pep. Like Arteta is a Timu Pep. Yeah, it looks good at the time, yeah. But wash it 3 times and it's gonna rip in the wash. It is what it is. Yeah, keep what we've been doing. Yeah, because obviously it's worked up until this point. Maybe the team was built for the Champions League. Maybe it was. I don't know. But then if you change it, I don't think it will work because who are we going to play at left back? What's Zinchenko? Oh, for my dead body. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Yeah, and Skelly has done well at left back because his runs has actually created so much opportunities. And it's funny how him being left back and Rice playing the position that he is has kind of opened up Martinelli, which a player who I've been calling out all season, to be honest. Yeah. So keep the team as it is. As bad as it may seem, yeah, it seems to work right now.
Fair enough. Spoobs, we'll go to you. Your thoughts on this tie, real quick. Big up CP as well. Big up to you, bro. Every single time.
Big up
I know you gotta head out.
Big up,
Big up to you, bro.
Everyone big up CP.
Big up.
I predicted Arsenal to beat Real Madrid, and they will beat PSG as well. Arsenal will be in the Champions League final. I have no doubt about it.
Okay.
You just have too much for PSG. I watched PSG against Aston Villa. I seen holes in their game.
Definitely.
I don't think they're that great. I mean, if you go against like Vinicius and Mbappe, what Dembele and fucking Barcola, come on. Yeah, it's going to be Arsenal first leg 2-1, and then I think Arsenal will beat PSG at 1-0 away. But listen, and then the party starts. Come on, don't see, pick up Arteta himself.
Fuck that,
what do you mean? I could have been up. I could speak exactly, man. I could have been up.
Yeah, it could have been. You could have been.
I pussied out though. I pussied out.
Look, yeah. Like I said, in isolation, and I said this all the time, in isolation, what he's done in the Champions League this season, we have got very lucky. But you know what? I take that luck. Yeah. But over the course of the time that he's been at my club, yeah, he's got us into a position which is great. Yeah, I'll never take that away from him. But to take us forward, I don't believe he can. Especially because if let's say, for example, all those years ago, we won the FA Cup. What did we do after that? The best that we got was second. Yeah, and it seemed like we're going to finish second again. Yeah. This last year in the Champions League, we should have beat it was at Bayern Munich. Right? Okay, cool. Sometimes you got to learn, yeah, from your mistakes, which he seems like he has done. Right? But then in the league, he still made the same mistakes. So, like, I don't want it to be a thing of possibly winning the Champions League, because if we do it, yeah, it's a great feat. He's the only manager in Arsenal's history to ever do it, and I'll give him that respect. I'll give him that grace, but it doesn't stop the last 5 years before that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and this is why I said leave on a high, because I don't want to be in this same position, yeah, with Scooby up there and me saying the same thing next year, because that's what I can see. Just like when I saw when who was it? Moreno came on against Leicester and scored that goal. I held my head, yeah, on Sarcasm City playback, right? And I was like, for fuck's sake. I know he's gonna play him as a striker. It's all recorded. Go back and watch it. You know what I'm saying? And look what he did, because he's so predictable like that. This is why I do not want him there, because he's so predictable. And for Arsenal club to go forward, it ain't gonna happen. Because next year, can you imagine? You man are gonna strengthen, even though you man ain't gonna really do much. You're gonna strengthen. Chelsea are gonna strengthen. Man City are gonna go for a total rebuild. Yeah, Tottenham are shit, so I'm not gonna mention them. Liverpool are champions, so they're gonna get a few more players of that. Yeah. Definitely. So Arsenal, where are we gonna be? What are we still gonna be looking for this for the perfect striker for us? Come on, man. Like, let's not do this. You know what I'm saying? And I like I said, I want Arsenal to win. But when it comes to Arteta, if he does win it, I'll even write him a letter. Thank you very much. I'll sing you a song. I'll do a rap. Whatever. Yeah?
Clipped.
Fair enough.
Barcelona is the only reason I'd say you're not going to win it, because I think Barcelona beat you, but anyway.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here for the vibe.
Yeah.
I hear that, man. I hear. We say the same thing about our own club, so I can't even argue it. Prime, we shall go to you. If you are here, Arsenal, PSG. What are your thoughts on this tie? What do you think is going to happen in this first leg?
I already gave my thoughts.
That's right, you did. Oh yeah, that's right, you did. Fair enough. Okay. So cool. That is about it, to be honest, people, in terms of the stream. Shout out to everybody. Obviously, shout out to Flawless for the raid. Shout out to Sai for the super chat that he did earlier as well. Shout out to Egal for sending in that wonderful Cole Palmer Chelsea clip. It was absolutely hilarious. And yeah, big up to everyone, man. Thoroughly enjoyed this stream. We had a lot of good questions.
Hold on, Sheik.
Go on.
Did you ask Egal about does he still believe that Arteta will have a better Premier League legacy than Conte?
I haven't asked him, but I can ask you when the season. I can definitely ask him when the season's over for sure.
Or can you bring him back on Mud Brothers?
Of course, no problem. I shall shout him.
We sit that day.
I shall shout him. So yeah, we'll do something. We'll do something cool. I think yeah, we'll probably do it probably towards around the end of the season or something like that. So we'll do it definitely. I'll invite everybody on. So no worries. But cool. I will definitely tell him that as well when the season is over, about the whole Conte and Arteta thing. The thing about that is that when you ask him any questions about Arteta right now, he barely answers it, because he's just so Arteta in injuries. It's not his fault. This and that.
No,
Champions League semifinal.
Arteta's the architect, apparently.
The architect.
Yeah. Is this the same dude? Is this the same dude that says he backs the owners, but now he doesn't back the owners? When the owners have been giving us money, he don't trust us. He don't trust the owners. Yeah, but yet the owners have given him 750 mil. Is that same dude that wore the blue face? Yeah, and sang the Chelsea song. Is that the same dude?
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. Hey, all I'm gonna say is you guys will see a gal on this channel very, very soon. No problem at all.
It was the same dude that was Arteta out in Arteta's darkest hour.
Yeah, true. 100%. But yeah, like I said, people, thank you to everyone for obviously supporting the stream. Make sure you guys do obviously support everybody else on this channel as well. Shout out to Eli, shout out to CP, shout out to Mdinero, who couldn't make it here as well. And then shout out to my wonderful co-panelists who do join me every single Monday to do these wonderful shows for you guys. You guys know we always keep it football analysis when we need to. Sometimes we're sitting here talking about whether 100 guys can beat a gorilla. Sometimes we're here just doing banter. So we try to give you pretty much all the, the entertainment, all that type of stuff every single time. And come on, man, you guys know this is Sheik
Actually,
TV. This is
Can
Mud
can
Brothers.
100 current Premier League footballers beat a gorilla?
I said this, to be fair. I said, you know that list that you sent, right? I said we should add Sean Dyche to that list. And if you add Sean Dyche to that list, we maybe have a chance.
No,
If
no,
Sean
no.
Dyche
The
is with us,
current
we maybe have a
players in the
chance.
Prem.
Nah, the current players are soft. Soft as shit. These current
I seen
players
on
are soft as shit.
Twitter that Grok, okay, this isn't me, this is Grok, okay.
Like
the AI.
Roy Keane, maybe Roy Keane back in the day, he would probably try to put in a crunching tackle to that gorilla. He's gonna try to like what he did to Alfie Holland. Maybe he'll try to do the same thing to the gorilla. That's
Eric
what
Cantona.
Grok says
Yeah,
Garnacho
Eric
can outrun a
Cantona.
gorilla. Grok said that, by the way. Okay, not me. Grok said if it is Garnacho, he could outrun the gorilla. That's an AI, not me.
Yeah, of course he can outrun a gorilla because he's a pussy. That's why he's gonna run away. That's why, because he's a pussy. So
I have another verses before we end the stream.
go on. Well, I was gonna do like predictions and stuff, and then if you want, you can say it then when we end the stream after that, because then I'll like fully close out. Or do you want to leave? Do you want to leave it for now? You can say it right now. It's totally up to you. Yeah, it's totally up to you.
100 women versus accountability.
Big up energy. Oh my goodness.
What you said? What did he say?
You're trying to get us.
100 women against accountability.
listen, listen. Hey, listen to any of like the Colombian woman out there who you just heard Prime say what he did. Listen, I don't condone it. Where's the
Everyone's
banner at?
Everyone welcome here. Everyone's welcome.
Hey, listen. I just want to say this: opinions of panelists are not the opinions of Sheik TV. Okay,
What's
whatever
the
he said out there. Listen,
But
if you are
Sheik,
listening, Colombian women.
Okay, as a
listen
married
to
man
this.
out here, yeah, I do not confirm nor deny. I plead the fifth. I say no
Plead the
comment,
fifth. You
yeah.
should always plead
And
the fifth.
if you
should
ever
always
see
plead
me
the
do
fifth.
this, yeah, please camouflage me.
Like if they tell you, like one of those shows where they're like, "Oh, speak," or like eat this like disgusting ass shit that they have in front of you, fam, I'm eating that shit. Like it's one of those.
So
type of things you just don't
basically,
say it.
what you guys are saying is you plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth.
Okay.
Hey, this isn't my channel.
Okay. So
And
so
yeah,
are we
like-
saying accountability wins then?
I'm just saying. Let's do Premier League predictions, people. Here we go. Anyways, well, you got Twisted Fate who gave his opinion. He said, as a married man, Prime accountability wins. So,
Hey, Twister,
There you
you
go.
won't say that in front. You won't say that in front.
Let's
I know,
just say the
I know
rules are
Spooks is
this.
not answering. I know Spooks is not answering the
Ah,
question.
don't
He has
say
people
it.
around him. I
Dante,
know
Dante,
he has
come
someone
on, man.
around him. That's probably
Dante,
why.
be
So.
a man, man. Come on, say it, man. Say it with chest. Say it with
I'm a
chest.
happily married man. Thank you very much.
The same chest you said that Arsenal will win the Champions League. Say it with chest.
Huh?
The same chest you said Arsenal win the
The
Champions League.
Colombe, not speaking no English here.
Hey, shout out to Twisted Fate. He don't care. He said his wife
Nah.
was laid right next to him, and he's saying all this stuff. Hey, man.
He won't say it though. He won't vocally say it though. No chance, Justin. No chance.
Fair enough. Anyways, people, moving on. We will just real quick do Premier League and midweek predictions. I know we did ask some of them during the middle of the stream, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot them, so we're just gonna do them again real quick. So we will start off with the Champions League, of course, tomorrow and on Wednesday. Starting off with PSG versus, or I should say, Arsenal versus PSG at the Emirates. I said it earlier. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. What are you saying, Spooks?
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. Cool. And we'll just do this tie. We'll just do this first leg, pretty much. Prime, what are you saying?
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. Don
2-0
C?
Arsenal. 2-0.
2-0. 2-0 to the Arsenal. Fair enough. Moving on, we have the second semifinal on Wednesday. Very, very good game, of course. I've been saying this. Just invite Jose Mourinho for the vibes. Just do it. Like, what's wrong in just having him there? Like at that stadium, what's wrong? That's Champions League heritage for them, so just do it. But anyways, Barcelona versus Inter. The first game I believe is at the Camp Nou. So Barcelona versus Inter. What are we saying for that? I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Barcelona.
3-1 Barcelona.
What are you saying, Prime?
1-1. 1-1.
If I don't appear next stream, please send out a search party. Got you, bro. We'll know what the reason is, so we got you, man. No worries.
Trust it knows. He knows.
We'll know. Big up to Twisted Fate. Every
See,
single
twisted. All I can say is
A
sometimes.
dangerous game.
Hey,
Just say
listen,
yes
you
and
might
yes.
have a Twisted Fate. Who knows?
No, just
your
say yes.
fate might be
Hey,
twisted
hey,
itself. So.
Twisted Fate. Speak your truth, King. Speak your truth.
don't do that.
Raw,
Look,
you're
yeah.
saying 4-3 Barcelona, Casper. Fairs 4-3.
You
That's
know,
gonna
yeah,
be
you see
something
me,
for the
yeah.
final.
I will never take trading advice from a homeless person, just like I wouldn't take advice from Prime about chicks. It's not happening.
Damn.
Oh wait. Oh, so Doncy, you're saying that we should lie and not tell the truth? Crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you stupid? Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, bro. Bro is gonna get the Jeff Hardy treatment, dog. Genuinely, bro. It's gonna be over for him. Like, genuinely. So yeah, it's gonna be like, bring the tables. It's peak. It's peak. Anyways, moving on. Prime, what did you say for Barca or Spoobs? Did you say Barca Inter? 3-1 Barcelona. Okay. Prime, what are you saying?
1-1.
1-1. Cool. Don
I was saying it's a draw as well, but I don't know what it's going to be though. It's going to be a draw.
Okay, cool. So that is the Champions League fixtures. Then we shall go to the Europa League, where it is my beloved club and also Mdinero's beloved club. Starting off, of course, Bilbao versus Manchester United. I said I actually for once I didn't actually even predict a United win. I said 1-0 Bilbao. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-0 Bilbao. But then the second leg is where I'll predict a United win because that's where I'll just be hopeful and optimistic. But I'm going for 1-0 Bilbao. 1-0 Bilbao. What are you saying, Swoops?
1-1.
1-1. Fairs. What are you saying, Prime? You have us going through.
Yeah, I do, but I think Bob first leg 1-1. I think you guys
1-1.
will score last minute. 1-1.
Okay. 1-1. Don C, what are you saying?
What is it? At home or away?
Away. Yeah.
2-1 United.
Fairs. 2-1 United. All right. Big up to everyone in the chat. Of course, Casper says, Gunnergy says Bilbao. Casper says 3-1 Bilbao. H says 2-1, but you got him at Old Trafford. If we go Bilbao and lose 1-0 or draw 1-1, I'm confident in winning the tie. Yeah, definitely. To be honest, you know what, actually, I think it's just we have to climb Mount Everest twice, man. It's going to be mountains to climb for sure. This is a good team. Like, genuinely, this is a good team. Considering just their record in La Liga, considering how they had Real Madrid sweating when they played them in the league. They've only conceded 6 goals in the past 3 months. We conceded 6 in our last 3 games. So that should tell you everything. But yeah, and then H says actually now 1-1 they struggled heavy versus Rangers. Okay, fair enough. Cool. Then moving on to Don C's rivals, Spurs versus Bodo Glimt. Where is actually that first game? Let me see.
It's at the Tottenham Stadium, bro.
Yeah, it's at
okay. It's at Tottenham. So okay, Spurs versus Bodo Glimt. I'm gonna go for a 2-2, and I think they'll lose at Bodo Glimt. So yeah, that's what I would go. So I'm gonna say 2-2. 2-2. Casper says 3-0 Bodo. Fairs. What are you saying, Scoops?
2-0 Spurs.
2-0 Spurs. Cool. Prime, what are you saying?
Spurs win the first leg 1-0.
Okay.
And they'll lose out in Sweden.
Okay. Fairs.
Spurs 2-1 Bodo.
2-1 Bodo. Hey, listen. I know Don C would have never said anything otherwise as well. So yeah.
Wait, Don C, can you say that a bit more confidence, please?
Spurs can go fuck themselves, yeah. 2-1 Bodo. If you don't like it, yeah, fuck you, Spurs. I don't give a shit.
Clip that, Future Prime. Clip that.
There you go. There you go. As Shannon Sharp would say, Spurs. I can't even think. What's a word that rhymes with Spurs? Spurs. Dirt. Bodo in 5. Anyways, Bodo in 5. Cool. Moving on. Now we have Premier League fixtures. By the way, when I tell you guys these Saturday games, you guys are going to be absolutely fucking disgusted. Because these Saturday games in the Premier League are turds. There you go. Spurs, Purs, turds, Bodo in 5. There we go. Cool. Yeah, let's get to these Premier League games real quick. First game, we have Southampton going up against Manchester City. What are we saying? Wait, is this the right week? No, this is the wrong week. I'm sorry. We have Manchester City at home against Wolves. I'm gonna go for.
Is this Friday's game?
This is Friday's game, yeah. You know what? Cunha watch. I'm going for 1-0 Wolves. Cunha scored the winner. Let's go.
3-0 City.
3-0 City. Yeah, it probably is going to be that. I'm just being shameless. What are you saying, Prime? Man City versus Wolves at the Etihad?
4-1 City.
4-1 City.
2-0 Wolves.
Come on, Dante. Let's go. Cunha with both goals as well. That's what Twisted Fate said. Casper says 2-2. H says 3-0 City. Fairs. Cool. Then we move on to H's club. Shout out to Chinlu. He says 4-0 City. Moving on to H's club. Aston Villa versus Fulham on the Saturday, the first game of the day. Villa are at home. I'm going to go for 2-1 Aston Villa. I think that game could be tricky, but 2-1 Aston Villa.
1-0 Villa.
1-0 Villa. What are you saying, Prime?
Villa v who?
Fulham. Villa at home.
3-1 Fulham.
3-1 Fulham. Hey, shout out to you, H, man. Hope you enjoy the game. He says, bro, these wankers better turn up. I'm going there 3-1 Villa. Fair enough, man. Hopefully you have a good match day experience. So yeah, shout out to you, man. Cool. Dancy, what are you saying? Villa
This was
Fulham?
a hard one because Fulham had to stink the game out, and Villa's coming up a hype in it.
Yeah.
Off the Newcastle. Do you know I want to go with Villa? And I'm 2-0.
Villa did also lose this weekend in the FA Cup to Palace too. So, but I hear you. I think they'll get over the line. So cool, awesome. Chinlu says 3-1 Villa. Twisted Fate says a dirty 1-0 win to Fulham. Shout out to Gunna G. He says 2-2 Villa and Fulham. City will smash Southampton. I apologize. That was for the week after that. So yeah, I apologize for that. But cool. This is where the terrible game starts. Starting off with the first one. This is literally a championship game. Leicester City versus Southampton. These two teams have already been relegated. This is literally a preview for next year of the championship. So Leicester City versus Southampton. Honestly, couldn't care less. I'm actually going to go for Southampton, So I'm going to say 2-1 Southampton. Yeah, 2-1 Southampton.
1-1.
1-1.
3-1 Southampton.
3-1 Southampton.
3-3. It's gonna be a high score. It's gonna be a high score game.
Yeah, fairs. See what it is though. Sheik, that's away from Villa Park. I hear you 100%. Chinlu says no. Twisted Face, that's 4-4. Fairs. Casper says 3-3. Vardy hat trick. Fairs. Shout out to Vardy as well, man. We heard obviously that he's going to be leaving Leicester City at the end of what happened? Swoops?
No, just saying Gunna G said draw. I think it'll be a draw.
Yeah. Fair enough. Vardy got some 2-1 Leicester. Cool. After that, we got another one. Everton versus Ipswich Town. Saturday's fixture. The last one before Arsenal, of course. So Everton versus Ipswich Town. Probably going to say Everton win. Because Ipswich are relegated as well. I don't know what they're going to do, what team they're going to put out. I'll say 3-0 Everton. I think they're all better.
1-0 Everton.
1-0 Everton.
2-0 Ipswich.
2-0 Ipswich?
Yeah, I was going to say 2-1 Ipswich because Ipswich plays want a move to bigger clubs.
Fair enough. Cool. 2-1 Ipswich is it. It is. After that, we got Champions League semi-finalists Arsenal going up against Bournemouth at home at the Emirates. The last game of that Saturday. I think Arsenal... depends on how this first tie goes, because it's like I would think that he would definitely rotate. So if he does rotate, yeah, I'm gonna give this a Bournemouth win. I'm actually gonna say 2-1 Bournemouth. Yeah, 2-1 Bournemouth.
I'll go 1-1.
1-1.
1-0 Bournemouth.
1-0 Bournemouth.
2-0 Bournemouth.
Oh, you think Bournemouth gonna win? Fairs.
Yeah.
2-2 Arsenal. Arsenal won't give a fuck about this game. Yeah, first. They could.
Yeah.
They could. They definitely could. I feel they'll rest players. I'm gonna go 1-1 Bournemouth. 2-1 Arsenal says Gunna G. Chinlu says 1-0 Bournemouth. Cool. After that, Sunday's fixtures, we have this is actually pretty a good one and a very important game for one team. Brighton at home to Newcastle. in this top 4 Champions League qualification race, of course. I'm gonna go for 2-1 Brighton. I think Brighton win. 2-1 Brighton. What are you saying, Spooks?
3-1 Newcastle.
3-1 Newcastle.
2-2.
2-2.
3-1 Brighton.
3-1 Brighton. Fairs. H says 1-1. Chinlu says 3-1 Newcastle. Keep dropping them in. I'll get to all of them. 3 Newcastle. Their midfield is too physical for Brighton. Fairs. Not a bad shout. Brighton have fallen off a bit, in my opinion, at times. Newcastle win 2-0. Casper says 4-2 Newcastle. Cool. Yeah, then we've got my club going up against Brentford away from home. Why is this at the same time as Brighton Newcastle? What? Anyways, same time as Brighton Newcastle. Brentford at home to Manchester United. I'm gonna go for a 1-0 Manchester United.
1-1.
Couldn't care less. Genuinely couldn't care less.
Where's the game?
At Brentford. Looking at it as well, it's at 6 a.m. Do I want to wake up on Sunday to watch United against Brentford in the Premier League?
Of course you do.
Get to work out to watch Garnacho. Come on, let's go. 1-1.
H says 3-0 Brentford. Jeez. Casper says 4-0 Brentford. Gunner G says 2-0 Brentford.
Jesus.
Jesus, man. Jeez. What did you say, Spoops? What did you say?
1-1.
1-1. Prime, what did you say?
3-1 Man United.
3-1 Man United.
Because you guys are gonna play your young players, and they'll do well.
Fair enough. I would hope that we play our young players. I would hope. What did you say, Nancy? What's yours?
3-0 Brentford.
3-0 Brentford. Cool. A lot of 3-0, 4-0s in the chat I see as well. So, anyways, moving on. We then have West Ham. Shout out to Mike's, of course, every single time. Make sure you guys to go subscribe to Mike's channel. I'm gonna have him on soon because when United do play West Ham, we'll do like a little Premier League prediction, or I'll invite him for Mud Brothers the Monday after.
Oh, nice! I'll make a clip for him.
Definitely. Oh yeah. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm definitely gonna shout him. And a matter of fact, if you do speak to him anytime soon, let him know that I told you that. So cool. West Ham versus Tottenham. West Ham at home. Yeah. What am I even thinking of? 2-0 West Ham. 2-0 West Ham. Spoops.
2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs.
3-1 West. No, 2-1 West Ham.
2-1 West Ham. Go on, Dante. Go on.
I hope, West Ham pause, blows bubbles up Spurs, Ross, Clark, arse, So with that, I'm gonna say West Ham, you better bomber Clark win 3-0. All right.
3-0. 3-0 it is. Cool. We then have after that Chelsea versus Liverpool.
We can skip that. We can skip that.
Why are we skipping that?
It's not important.
What do you mean?
It's not important. Next game.
Okay, Chelsea versus Liverpool. I'm going for look, I actually have you guys winning, man. 2-1 Chelsea. Let's go. Let's fucking go. 2-1 Chelsea.
1-1.
1-1 first.
The Sheik curse. 1-1.
Okay.
3-1
Nancy,
Liverpool.
what are you saying?
3-1 Liverpool.
3-1 Liverpool. Cool. After that, we do have who do we have next? Last game of the week, Crystal Palace at home to Nottingham Forest. I'm gonna go for that's a good game too, to be fair. I'm gonna go for a draw on that one, so I'm gonna say 2-2.
Palace. 1-1.
1-1. Okay. Prime.
Palace are on a high. 4-0.
4-0. Cool.
I'll say Palace are going to lose. They're going to need to save their players for the final. So I'm going to say 2-0 first.
2-0 Forest. Cool. We got in the chat Palace 1-0, 1-1. Gunji says 2-0 Liverpool to the Chelsea one, 2-0, 2-1 Liverpool from Twisted Fate. A lot of Liverpools in the chat, to be fair. Twisted Fate says screw Wolfie 3-0 Crystal Palace. Okay. Cool, people. That is about it. To be honest, we have done 2 hours and 46 minutes of Mud Brothers. Please, just if you're not entertained, or if you are entertained, sorry, I should say, run up the likes, subscribe. Check out everybody as well. Shout out to Flawless once again for the raid earlier. Shout out to my bro Sai for the super chat as well. Shout out to everyone, man. For real, my fellow Mud Brothers, Eli, CP, Mdinero as well, who could not make it today. We'll be back next week, of course, for episode number 57. And in terms of the week, YG wants to do this new gaming stream, so you might see that tomorrow. It's going to be Forza Horizon, because Forza Horizon is now on the PlayStation. So, and YG is fully obsessed with car games, so he wants me to play that as well. So you might either see that, or you will definitely get a WWE stream tomorrow. Definitely. So now that I'm back home with my setup and everything, you'll definitely get a WWE stream tomorrow. I even completely forgot where we left off in that story. All I know is I was just getting betrayed left and right. Oh yeah, that's right. My ex-girlfriend hit me with the steel chair. And yeah, that's just I should have never trusted her in the first place. People
Is that because you answered? Is that because you answered the question? 100 women are accountability.
Maybe. Hey, more of the story is just don't get back with your ex, man. If it's over, it's over. So just exactly, man. It was peak. I couldn't believe it. She literally just grabbed the steel chair and just absolutely just whack the shit out of me. But it is what it is. But yeah, you might catch that stream tomorrow. Just keep keep the notification bell on. That way you won't miss out on any stream that we do have. Not this week, but I just did announce Mike's will be on the channel. I will invite him for Mud Brothers. So when we do play West Ham, which is I think the week after this, you will see Mike's on the channel. So I'm very excited to have him on the Mud Brothers show for the first time. And continue to support. I think Flawless is doing on the playback today, NBA. So I shall be there. I'm not sure if the rest of the guys will be there, but maybe you'll catch Spoobs, Don C, Prime in the chat or on the panel. So definitely show up and support every single person, man. So yeah, that has been episode number 56 of the Mud Brothers show. Oh, I almost forgot to mention as well. This stream will be taking you over to TJ's channel, TJ Warren TV. He is going live for the what is it called? American Waffle show that I have been on multiple times as well. So shout out to him for having me on. Shout out to Spoobs, of course, who did leave as well real quick. But this will be taking you over to TJ's channel. So definitely go drop there, Right Cheek TV raid in the chat, just like this, Right Cheek TV raid in the chat. And subscribe to TJ, subscribe to everybody who's on the panel. I think Vader, Will, Football Carnage, shout out to him. Everybody who's there, RSM, Marshall, Casually FC. Make sure you guys go support all of those guys, man. Some great content creators. So yeah, that has been episode number 56. We shall catch you all next week for episode number 57. Up until then, and as always, Arteta in.